Okay, we are back in Sunless Sea. Now, the last time we were here, we had finally gotten back from our sort of impromptu trip to the far east side of the map. We'd gotten access to the Khanate shops, finally. After quite a bit of time, we'd also found the Gant Pole and talked to contacts there, delivered the adventuress, I forget her title, I suppose. We delivered her to the Empire of Hands, so she could go excavate that tomb. And we'd also actually offered our services to the Empire of Hands. So we have got quite a few things off our list here. We have still got to actually go back to the Gant Pole. We weren't able to witness the horror specs there. The fading horror specs actually do what the sixth witness required. And for that, I believe we need to hunt behemoth stashes, phthalates, and beloveds, and Tristelegans. And we need to deliver those to the Gant Pole. So, hopefully, we'll be able to find one of those. They're kind of end-level creatures, but maybe we'll be able to pick something up. We might just wait until we have access to a better ship with possibly better weapons before we do that. But for now, we'll just kind of sit on that knowing what we know. We did mention at the end of last stream that we have a short run to take to burn off some of this fuel so we can submit the rest of our port reports. And that run is up to, let's see, up to Wither, I believe, where we can go trade some of our, I want to say secrets, maybe Tales of Terror. Let me just double check the market there. Right, Z stories, that's the one. We can trade some Z stories for Muter Salt and finally help out our brisk campaigner, hopefully. This is our second try at getting her cured up here. See if we can find her. Our second try at getting her healed up. We've got the Zoop. We've got one Muter Salt, so we just need to buy one, and they cost 5 Z stories a pop. We've got plenty of secrets to spare, and we've got those Drowning Pearls, which I believe we got from either the Gant Pole or Dahoot. So we finally got that. Maybe we can cure her of her affliction. I can't quite recall what that affliction was called. But her soul is essentially on fire, is the affliction. But to do that, we'll need to go over there. So I will, I think, set off here. We've got pretty much everything done in Fallen London, barring the extra port reports that we haven't been able to turn in to submit for more fuel because we're out of room. We have gotten, everything done here. So I think we'll just set out and head up to Wither. Shouldn't take up 6 supplies, not with our crew, at least. Shouldn't take nearly that many supplies, and it shouldn't take that much fuel either. So we'll just have a little bit of fuel burnt off, and then we will be set. So we'll go stop off at all the islands on the way up. We'll stop off at Hunter's Keep and grab the port report. Not much we can do there since it burned down. You can actually see that visibly on the map. We'll at least grab the port report, which we may still have. Maybe we don't get it all. Yeah, maybe there's no port reports even to be had. But we'll keep on heading north to Venderbite. We might have more visions of the surface. That's the only place so far that we've been able to turn them in, I'm pretty sure. So if we do have any there, we'll turn it in. We'll probably walk around see what they have to say to us. Maybe we'll find some better encounter than the, I think it was a Carmine Church, the cannibalist church that's over there. Maybe we'll have a better encounter than that. I think that's the one we've been getting the last couple of times we've been to Venderbite here. So hopefully we'll get something a little better. So we'll go grab, let's see, the port report. I don't think we've got anything new in our hold to submit to the first curator. I suppose it's always good to check. Yep, nothing for him. And we have got... Oh, we don't have any something awaits us here. Okay. I thought we would have that by the time we got here, so we can't actually wander the streets even. We'll go and sell off our visions of this. Well, no, we've actually only got one each of these, so we'll keep all of them. And the memories of distant shores. I think I will actually trade in Irem if we end up going there for more. Well, I don't know if it's the direct trade for Z stories, but since we're going to be turning in 5 Z stories, I don't know how many we necessarily have at the moment. I don't want to be in a situation where we'll need them and not have them. And we'll also go take care of these bats while we're out here. There we go. Go grab some supplies as a trade-off for some terror, but that's okay. I suppose... About to say we could head to Codex first, but that's a little out of the way. You know what the heck? Let's head to Codex. We won't be able to do much there. Lifeberg. Oh, has he seen us? We will absolutely burn fuel if he is going to pounce on us. If it looks like he's going to reach us. They don't have a particularly great charge attack distance, from what I can recall. It does look like look to be like he's lost us. Yeah, I think we're good. Codex should be just over here. Yeah, there it is. So we'll go and pick up the port report for this at least. And we've started having nightmares again. Luckily for us, we've got plenty of restful nights. I think we've been sleeping in our bed at Fall in London pretty regularly, so we've got a decent bit of those fueled up. So we'll go grab the port report from here. Another doomed monster hunter. I don't think we'll pick her up. And we don't have a lamentable relic, unfortunately, to trade for... Oh, unread logs. We need those for the tobacconist. So, yes, no, we should absolutely keep that in mind. So let's go think about... Let's see here. See if we can just note down in that tobacconist quest that we can get unread logs from at, where's this? Codex. For lamentable relics. Okay, that's good to know. Fortunately, we don't have one at the moment. I'm pretty sure we can get one of those at Irem. Or, yeah, at Irem for one secret. So that's a very good trade to make, because I have not seen unread logs anywhere else for purchase. Not a single other place, so we'll have to come back to Codex at some point after we come back from Irem. Judging by how long our voyages usually are, probably it's going to take 2 streams to get it done. We'll have one going to Irem for that lamentable relic, and we'll have the other going to Codex and then to the tobacconist. Has he seen me? Oh, yeah, he's seen me. I think we can get to Doc before he sets off on us properly, though. Yeah, there we go. All right, there's the House of the Question. We will not ask about the drowned man anymore, nor defy the gods, because both of those don't give much profit to us. We'll at least get the port report here from the people who only ask questions. And, right, get some wither salt, or muter salt, that's the one. And evidently we had enough to get 2. Wow, that anatomical cabinet sells for an incredibly cheap price. But we weren't looking to sell anyway, so with that all purchased up, we will go and explore the town, might as well, and see what we stumble across. A castaway. A woman in an iridescent green gown waves vaguely from a rock near the shore. Sorrowful sighs waft across the water towards you. An idiot castaway? A mermaid? Of course not. Mermaids are preposterous myth. Sure, let's approach her. The poor woman won't answer your hails, but she's obviously in need of assistance. That's all for now? Oh. Oh my. Okay. So, the serpent's lure. A fanged mouth rears from the water, big enough to bite a boat in half or swallow a pig. The woman contorts and slides into the water. She's the tip of the monster's tail. This will be untidy. My goodness. Okay, I did not expect that to happen. We can either obliterate it, pacify it by using up a strange catch, or flee from it. I think we're definitely not going to flee. We've got a very poor chance of that. I think we're just going to fire at it, because I really don't want to use up our strange catch here. And we've got the crew for it, so let's obliterate it. It's a formidable beast, but you're formidable too. A ferocious battle. With cutlass and pistol, your zailors stride into battle. The serpent obviously expected nothing of the kind. It essays a number of savage strikes against you, and then a lucky shot takes it in the eye. You harvest its bones and scrape its hatching young from the rocks by the shore. So we've got a harlot fry, apparently, and Stygian ivory. Interesting. We can sell Stygian ivory here for 3 Tales of Terror. Each probably not going to be what we're looking for. Harlot fry. I've seen that come up in other places. Apparently those are the young of this creature, this particular creature. Let me see what we can do with both of these. Let me check the undersea market to see if we should keep these or sell them immediately. Probably back in Fallen London would be where they would be looked for. Or not. I don't see either of those there. Nope, Stygian ivory sells for 28 echoes in Fallen London. But the harlot fry are nowhere to be found. I do know that they show up in some places. We'll have to go look through that listing here. Yeah, very interesting. It's not showing up in a lot of places, though. I am still in our early section, which would make sense that it didn't show up in. Maybe it's a trade deal at a port, not listed in the shops, because I haven't been writing those down. Yeah, and maybe it may be a trade deal somewhere, which I maybe should be writing down, but haven't. What is this again? Stygian ivory and a harlot fry. We know we can sell the Stygian ivory if we need for 28 echoes a pop in Fallen London. I'd probably want to get more of that since I haven't seen too many of them. Well, I do tell a lie. I've been seeing a decent amount of them over on the eastern side. I think for actually sale as well. But none here such that we can sell them on the west side as well. As much, I suppose. Scrimshander. Oh no, Scrimshander lets you buy them. And also Scrimshander is one of the locations you have to pay things to get out. So I don't really want to go there. It's also under the water, which means possible chance of having the constant companion, that's the one, show up and try to eat you alive. The Iron Republic. House of Harms will buy Stygian Ivory, if we get lucky enough to have that, for 6 lamentable relics. That would be a pretty good trade. Maybe. I don't think lamentable relics are worth all that much individually. But having 6 of them would be decent time. Polythreme evidently will purchase Stygian Ivory for 30 echoes a pop. So I think we might sell that there. And I'm really not seeing the Harlot Fry show up anywhere. I thought for sure I'd seen Harlot Fry for sale. Oh, I do see it now. It's at the Gant Pole. Harlot Fry sells for 10 hunting trophies. Wow, that's a fantastic trade. Yeah, no, we're gonna try to make our way over to the Gant Pole then. Okay, perfect. Go do that. This will unfortunately mean that these will be taking up space in our hull for quite some time as we make our way to the Gant Pole. I might just end up selling the Stygian Ivory at Fallen London, just so we don't have to carry it around here. Even though the House of Harms will buy it for 6 lamentable relics, there's no guarantee that we're going to actually be able to show up at the House of Harms when we go to the Iron Republic. That is sort of a 50-50 chance. Well, actually not even a 1 in 4 chance, a 25% chance of even happening, because I believe that there is a rotation cycle with like 4-ish possible markets that are there. So I think we'll hold on to the Harlot Fry, but we will sell the Stygian Ivory. Well, that was an interesting encounter in Wither. Haven't seen that one before. And I think that's all we need to do in Wither. However, we should now have, yes, all of the potion ingredients, all of the medicines for the brisk campaigner here to go and cure her affliction. There's another step. There's an account in the journals of M. Demuth of a devil rite used for the extinction of flames. The substance called zoop, it can be eaten by the unwary at least, but it can also be turned to other purposes too. So let's go and see what happens here. Nothing, of course. Approaching despair. A night, a day, and a night pass. She returns to your cabin, fists clenched, lips tight. Nothing. There's not even one me time, but if my soul is irretrievably contaminated, then perhaps... Oh, we actually have the Judgment's Egg. And we have Stone's Attention. And we have 3 secrets. So we can actually do her next step right here off the bat. I have one more idea. I'm uncomfortable with this matter of Z-gods, but I cannot afford discomfort. Can you help me find this last thing? It is rare, I know. It is very rare. I've only found one, and every time that I see a trade deal for it, everybody in the chat's like, no, don't do that. So here, I guess we figured out one reason to have it. But I really hope this works, because if it does not, well, boy, am I out of something really nice to have, because we have not found any more Judgment's Eggs. I can't even recall where we got it in the first place. I think it was just off of a chance encounter. But we will go turn it into our campaigner here and hopefully cure her affliction. Let's go see if Stone will help her out with this Judgment's Egg here. A kind of desperate delight. Days pass, false stars fade. The Z is silent. At last you find her calm and grave standing at the bow. She turns. I can report success, I can. But I am uncertain now of the I. Who am I? My old soul is gone forever. I have another one. I have another, one less combustible. No, there is little more I can say. I promised you I would keep no more of my own secrets, but I am another now. No, this is not some narrow slight. This is a holy mystery I would not curse you with, but you have my thanks always, always and forever. Cool. We've cured her. And evidently she wishes for a cask of wine. So we can go grab that in Port Carnelian, probably. We do have to go there eventually anyway. Evidently she is changed somehow, though, when we celebrate with her. The campaigner has changed. The irises of her eyes, which were brown, are now charred black. The flesh is shrunken on her bones. She's aged 10 years, but her back is straight and her voice is clear. Wine, she says, incisively. Wow. Well, we've finally cured the brisk campaigner. That's another officer quest down. First with the, I want to say, Presbyterate Adventuress? Yeah, that's the one. Presbyterate Adventuress, leading her to her ultimate demise. But this one has actually stayed with us with the campaigner. I thought we'd get a little bit more reward with that, so maybe we'll get that when we celebrate with her. But we have finally finished that quest, so we can go and cross that off the list here. Perfect. So we'll go and head down once this iceberg turns away. Don't want to, or lifeberg, I suppose it is, turns away. Don't want to tangle with him. Though I do believe there's another one somewhere south here, so we may have to flip our lights off quick-like if we encounter him. Fortunately, that little, there it is, that little excursion has cost us a decent amount of fuel and has given us profit, question mark? Can you please turn around to not my direction, Lifeberg? Please? Kindly? He's on like an intercept path. You're kidding. No way. Whoa, what the... Oh my goodness, he almost battered us properly there. Okay. Burning blue. A hiss of horror from the lookout. The glim lamp at the front of the ship is sputtering and arcing, fizzing with blue light. Even as you watch, the blue fades, and it's not a good omen. We can spin them a tale with his story, or we can have a 100% chance to call them. I'll take that route because it'll mean we don't have to use a Z story up. So we gained a fragment here. Light meets dark. The darkness underneath is more than the absence of light. It's a physical presence which distorts the shape of the world. Your light melts the darkness, restores sanity to the world. You explain something of this to your zailors. It's not the first time they've heard it, but they seem slightly less nervous. So we have done that part out. And now that we've burned that fuel, we should be well out of the way, or well on the way to Fallen London again. And then there's Venderbite here. Oh, come on, again? Chill, buddy. We'll go and skip past Venderbite. Nothing to do there, probably, except for stumble upon that bloody Carmine Church again. So, we'll not touch that. We'll make our way almost back home. Yeah, here we are. There's Low Barnet, which means we are just outside of Fallen London. I suppose, if we check our hold here, we could visit Low Barnet. To talk about a few of the underwater port reports which we have. We do have, let's see, a fair number of underwater locations. Tahoot, the Gant Pole are two of them to be sure. Nook is another one. Rosegate, a third. They're only interested in underwater locations. Igel, I think. Yeah, Igel is definitely one. The rest of these are not. I forget what exactly Low Barnett wants with the stories. I think we just tell them to the audience and we have the chance to go up to a bell tower, but I don't know what that is. I don't know what that does for us. Got 8 cargo spaces remaining. If we were to give up those, how many fuel would we remain? How much fuel would remain here? 1 from King Eater's Castle, 2, 3, 4. Uh, 5. No, we're keeping this for Adam's Way. 5, 6, 7. 7 fuel, which would bring us up to 21. Honestly, yeah, that's a fair trade. I think we'll go and submerge just outside of Low Barnett. We'll go and tell their church congregation there, if we can ever submerge. Come on, really? You're kidding. There we go. We'll go and tell their congregation of our adventures to the other locations. We will unfortunately use up port reports that might have given us Admiralty's favor, but we are only really using those Admiralty's favor to repair our ship, and our ship is not quite that injured at the moment. Knock on some wood here. But we'll go and, let's see, grab the port report. And then after that, we can go trade some stories to the congregation, which we have. Okay, we evidently have 1 here. Story that we've already traded to the congregation. Your appearance and bearing attract attention. They are eager for new tales. Okay, so we don't have Anthe or Hideaway. Still have to find Hideaway. We've got a lot of quests for there. But we can speak of Nook. Focus on something besides its illicit commerce. Ivories. You describe an immense mouth set into the Z floor, its rows of razored teeth. If you know this, you say, but during the Mordekalia festival, the Nook dwellers push on the teeth, playing them like the ivories of a gargantuan piano. Then the moss sings, a shuddering, bellowing dirge which causes whirlpools on the surface. The listening zailors frown. One unfolds the chart. Oh, that's sweet. We got some Z stories from it. So we don't actually need to trade when we get to Irem. That's the one. And then we can speak of Rosegate. It is an exceptional cigar shop. Luxuriously rolled, you describe the gleaming cabinets of cigars, the impressions of far-flung places conjured by each puff, the uplifting bite of freshly cut grass under surface sun, the dark whiff of lightless cellars stacked with mushroom wine, the sweating savage scents of London's flesh pots. Your audience inhales in unison, savoring imaginary smoke. Sweet. And we've now got Storyteller of 3. Apparently none of these other locations, though, they're interested in. They wish to speak of Rack, Undercrow, Scrimshander, Hideaway, and Anthe, but not of some of these other locations, which we've got, like Dehoot, Gantpole, interesting. Eigel. Very interesting. Okay, well, we've done that. We've traded our stories there. We're about halfway. We need to get to 7, probably, to go up to there. And we need to probably have our something awaits us to participate in another contest of stories. That will probably get us the ability to go up to that the bell tower here. And evidently you need to have partaken in 3 story contests. Interesting. But go double check the shops here. Nothing all that interesting. Actually, I might buy a few Memories of Distant Shores here. Sorry, supplies for Memories of Distant Shores, because we do have a ton. Memories of Distant Shores, got 19. I think we could afford to spend 9 of them. Yeah, let's say 9 to get up to 8 supplies. That way we don't have to buy any in Fallen London for 20 echoes a pop. This will be much easier trade. And then we'll be good. I don't think we'll do anything else here. Not that there's much else to do. We'll just go and set off for Fallen London. We'll go and surface as soon as we get out of here. And we'll keep our lights on so our terror pips don't roll over to that next level of terror. So... we have made it back. Any messages? I very much doubt it. Could grab another Zailor. But, first we'll go and submit the rest of those port reports to get some fuel here. Mount Palmerston will keep. Venderbite will go drop off. Same with Wither. Codex. Varkas. Irem. How's our fuel doing? 17. 3 more spaces. Let's see. We should submit the new one so we get that Admiralty's favor here. So that would be Gant, Pole, and Dahoot, I believe. Everything else I think we've actually already turned in at some point. And maybe King Eater's Castle. I can't remember if we've already done that one. So Dahoot. Oh, the Admiral collects these. Did you ask a Drowny to marry you? Interesting. Oh, and apparently we already have submitted Dahoot. Interesting. At least it's so profitable for 55 Echo. That's one of the higher ones. And the Gant Pole. You're saying you've been where? Report submitted. Here they come, the smirking requests from every captain in the place, all wanting to know if you've found their lost pocket watches. By the time the clerk pays up, it's clear he's paying for more than the amusement than the information. At least I'm not reporting on guinea pigs anymore. Mostly because they've been massacred, but, you know. Oh, we have no current commission, do we? Huh. Oh, evidently we have to go to Polythreme, but we were headed over there anyway, for the... Let's see, I believe it was 10? I want to say 10 hunting trophies for that, Harlot Fry? No, that's the Gant Pole. What does Polythreme want? Right, Stygian Ivory for 30 Echoes. Okay, maybe, I guess we'll keep the Stygian Ivory then. What the heck? So, only got one move in the Great Game. And our strategic information we would rather keep for vital intelligence to turn it into that. I think that's just about that. We will reduce our terror by sleeping in our house. Let's see here. I'll just... yeah, there we go. That'll update our fuel, just so I have a accurate count there. Suppose we could check out Rose Market. Right, he wants to move in the Great Game, which I don't particularly want to trade to him at this point. Labyrinth of Tigers is still... ah, they'll buy a Harlot Fry as well for 500 Echoes. But I'd rather take the hunting trophies for them. Would I? I would, right? Do hunting trophies take up a space in the hold? I feel as though they don't. I could be wrong. And in fact, I might. But I think having 10 hunting trophies, which are relatively rare to have, is still better than... even if they take up the cargo space than just picking up 500 Echoes flat. We can get those Echoes in other locations, especially now that we've opened up the map here. So is there anything here for us to do in our study here? Right, if we can assemble some strange catches, we'll be good. You know, I might just turn our captivating treasure into an heirloom. I have no idea what the doomed monster hunter does. I don't think it's an officer, because if it was, it would have been a unique person, basically. And there were doomed monster hunters in multiple ports. We saw one in Codex, and they all seem to cost quite a bit. So maybe collecting them all does something, but I don't really want to spend what it takes to collect them all, especially since the one up in Codex took, I believe, a Searing Enigma, which are exceptionally rare. So I think I'll leave them. I think we'll go and turn this into an heirloom. So we'll go and gain one heirloom, lose the captivating treasure for now, and a little bit of echo as well. So that'll be okay. I'd rather our next captain have a little bit of a benefit here than our current one, because I think our current one is doing all right. If we end up dying from anything, it's probably unavoidable. I don't think that captivating treasure will have been the make or break to have that happen. I very much doubt we'll get more officers in Fallen London, so let's see here. Could carouse. That would take up our evening, though. Don't need to hire on more crew. We're already at 6 of 7. We'll go and spend the night, perhaps. Ooh, Wakeful Idol. Perhaps it's safer to get rid of it. We do know where to get more. We just need to have the Sleeping Idols, I want to say, from Irem. No, Watchful Curia, that's the one. From Irem, and we can bring that over to Polytherm, and that's not a very difficult or long trip. And we've not seen a single other location where this Wakeful Idol has been present. So I think we'll actually go and give this to the Alarming Scholar here. Perhaps it's safer to get rid of it. A twitching nose. This one has traveled a long way. I smell diamonds, copper, basalt. Ha. Thank you. 100 echo. Okay. That's alright. It is at least also freed up some space in our hold as well. So, intriguing snippet. We'll keep one of these. I think we already turned in one to her, him, it. Whatever the heck it is. I think we will go rest. Not retire. Yes, let's go rest in our elegant townhouse here. Nothing left to do in our study. The only two things we need from it are the Serene Aquarium, which we get from a live specimen, and a Whispering Trophy case, which we get from the strange catches here. And then I would love if we could pass those all down. But the only things we can pass down is a collection of outlandish artifacts, which turn into an heirloom. Unfortunately. So we'll just need to keep them on us. To make this Zong of the Sea. Zong of the Z, that's the one. For which we will need quite a bit. Of material here. Memories of Distant Shores, Z Stories, Tales of Terror. Lots of those. Might actually be able to get them. 40 secrets is a little more difficult because we kind of use them up at about the rate. We've been getting a little more than we've been using them up, but I can see how that would be an issue. Luckily, with the port reports, we've actually visited all of those locations. Port Cecil, Mount Palmerston, Khan's Heart, King Aegis Castle, Irem. The Dread Surmise is the one we'll have difficulty getting, because I believe that, let's see, it is these Searing Enigmas that probably turn into a Dread Surmise. Yeah, not quite sure. But other than that, shops. Right, that's the one. I think we actually need foxfire candles for, let's see, Savior's Rocks, the wreck of the Nocturne here. It is the area with spiders, which already sends shivers down my spine. But we do need to get there if we want to have a sort of map of all the locations here. That is the location where we can get bolts of spider silk as well. Presumably for cheap, considering, you know, the spiders are there. And I do want to see what that location is like. So I believe we need some foxfire candles to go in. Same there, same in Godfall, was it? I think it was the same in Godfall. I believe that's wisdom. Let's see here. I do know there was another location where we could get foxfire candles for cheaper. Con's Heart. They are 30 echo instead of the 40 that they are in Fallen London, so perhaps we won't get them here. But we will go and grab, let's see, mushroom wine, because we do need that for our brisk campaigner. Yes, cask of mushroom wine. So we'll go grab one of those from here. They are a reasonable purchase. Mushroom wine, just one. Firkin of prisoner's honey we could get to get another Blemigan. Yeah, sure. It's only 25. I think that's probably fine. And let's go talk to our brisk campaigner, see what she does with this mushroom wine here. Celebrate with the campaigner. The campaigner has changed. The irises of her eyes, which were brown, are now charred black. The flesh is shrunken on her bones. She's aged 10 years, but her back is straight and her voice is clear. Wine, she says incisively. Wine, you and the campaigner toast her rebirth. Not a rebirth, she corrects you, perhaps a pre-death. Hush, don't look at me like that. I'm a realist. Have another glass of wine. She has survived. She has found a cure. If anyone could, she points out, it would be me after all. You're lucky it was me who fell ill. Her wisdom has been tested, tempered, and not found wanting. Well, quite. You were an invaluable assistant. A fine vintage, this. Another glass. She's getting sloshed, is she? You and she are safe, all shall be well, and all manner of things shall be well. Your very fine health. We've got the indomitable campaigner now. No longer a brisk campaigner. Death, where is thy sting? Where indeed don't mess with the campaigner, Death. Cool. So, we could now romance her. Perhaps the campaigner's brush with death has left her a little giddy. She kind of communed with an eldritch god, though, so maybe not. Perhaps not. I'm surprised there wasn't more of a payoff to that story. I really thought we would get a reward for, you know, kicking all of our items into her potions or her medicines or whatever. We kind of just tossed them all in. She got healed, and she was just like, "Hooray! Let's grab some wine." Oh well. But for now, let's see. Still gotta get our romantic literature over to the Merchant Venturer here. We have still got to head off to Fathom King's Hold, Port Carnelian, Adam's Way, and Varkas. And then up to Polythreme eventually. And I believe somebody said that Hideaway was along this eastern edge of the map here. So I think we will, how will we take this? I think we'll go sail down the coast here. It's been a long time since we've actually been down the coast. On this side, at least. Visit Mutton Island, which we'll get a very swift kick out of, probably. The Command Canal, the Iron Republic. Has been a long time since we've been to the Grand Geode, and they have been expanding their influence. The Dawn Engine people have been expanding their influence all across the sea. We've seen them over here, I think, by the Empire of Hands. So maybe it's a good idea to give them a visit again. We'll stop off at Port Carnelian and go grab the Thief of Faces and some. No, we actually don't need Dark Drop coffee beans. Maybe we'll grab one for Irem, but we'll just grab the Thief of Faces, see what we can do there. Maybe we'll have some thing we can do with our spy network. We'll go hop up to Fathom King's Hold. Then Adam's Way. Varkas. Perhaps head along the eastern side until we hit Polythreme. Maybe stop off at the Empire of Hands, if we may. But I think that's our path here. I think that is what we shall do. And we'll go try to grab a mirror box of light in Aestival. Before I do that, I want to check our undersea market here because we have... I want to be able to sell that mirror catch box, the sunlight filled mirror catch box, for a decent profit, because I do not want to have it when we get into Fallen London. That would cost us, unfortunately, as an illicit good. So let's see here. Apparently, Nook wants mirror catch boxes. Maybe we'll buy 7 caskets of sapphires for it. Pretty decent price. Let's see. Khan's Shadow? No, Khan's Shadow wants the mirror catch boxes of very angry dream snakes. That's what they want. So we're not going to be able to offload it there. Let's see here. Wow, there are not very many places we can offload this. Kind of surprised. I thought there would be more places. I need to look at probably more illicit places. So let's see if I can find our chart for Guider's Mourn. Corsair's Forest, that's it. So sunlight-filled mirror catch boxes, 300 echoes. I think I'd make a better profit if I went to Nook and then sold those sapphires that they give us for, or at, rather. Let's see, I would just add it here. Antha, we'll buy them from 95 echoes a piece. If Nook is giving us 7 caskets at 95, that's basically 100 each. That's 700 echoes, so we'd make much more of a profit by doing that. Alternatively, we can go and get 99 echoes at the Chelinet. I think that's probably the max we're going to find them for. Yeah, no. So we'll try to go to Nook and then the Chelinet, so that we can get those sapphires gone and done. And you know, somebody mentioned in Port Carnelian way back when that Khan's Heart really liked sapphires. How much do they pay for them? Or that the Khanate really likes sapphires, I suppose. You're kidding. Sapphires are not even an option to sell at Khan's Heart. Ridiculous. Yeah, how absurd. I'm amazed that the fellow there would lie to me so. Oh well. Yes, so we'll go get sunlight at Aestival, risking a wound. We'll deposit them in Nook for those sapphires, and then we will go to the Chelinet and sell that. But we'll have to get there first by heading south and doing our little wiggle across the areas over here. Enough time spent planning it on the map, though. I think we've got our hold filled just about to full. Got everything in Fallen London done, save sleeping a night, perhaps? Did we already spend a night in our lodging? I can't recall. We'll spend another. And then we will set out here. Yes, we'll set out. Enough waffling and planning. All good voyages are made by not knowing exactly where you're going or what you're planning to do. Surely. I'm pretty sure that's the wisdom talking to sea captains has told me. You should never ever know what your plan is to do at sea. That's how you make good voyages. And luckily, we don't have to deal too much with terror because we're almost at the minimum here. Actually fantastic. So we'll go and stop off at Mutton Island. Might as well grab the whole lot of nothing there. Maybe stopping off at the Grand Geode will tell us something new. It's been a long time since we were there. Maybe they'll have expanded their properties. Well, actually, you know, since our terror is so low, we'll actually go and talk to the Admiral. It's been a long time for that. Yep, and they are still building that dock somehow. I swear they've been building it for months here. But, that is our visit to Mutton Island. Still as nothing as possible. Really has nothing over there to learn. Could stop off at Rack, go collect for our ships sent there. But I think we'll avoid that and go to the Cumane Canal. It's been a long time since we've been here. Maybe we'll get another move in the Great Game, so we've got a little wiggle room if we need to use one up. And we still don't quite have what I'd consider the hull capacity to go up to the surface. I do want to upgrade our ship before we even attempt that, considering it takes so much fuel. I would not want to be stuck in the dock here, or dock up in the sunlight without any fuel. For now, though, we'll just go grab... Oh, interesting. Have the Clattery Air perform an urgent intervention. A bandage-wrapped zailor is trying to gain passage to the surface. He must stop desiring it. The trip would kill him. Interesting. Well, we'll always produce a Clattery souvenir and may gain a crew member. Grab the port first. Sure, what the heck. If you kill him, you know, we still get the souvenir. So let's go do that. Bright Shining. You offer the Zailor passage upward and direct him to the Clattery Air's surgery. When he sees the operating table, he knows he has been tricked, but there is no fight in him. The Clattery Air extracts something from the Zailor. It gleams with its own light. The Zailor curses you for saving his life and insists on disembarking again. But the Clattery Air is pleased with the day's work. Okay, we've gained a Clattery souvenir. Apparently that was the failure, so we didn't gain a crew member. He's still angry at us for saving his life. Interesting. And we'll go listen to the surface gossip, which will give us that move in the Great Game when somebody gets knifed. Sweet. I think that's as good a stop as we've ever made in the Cumane Canal. It's usually pretty rote. What's the word that they use on the report when we turn this into the Admiralty? Perfunctory, that's the one. It is pretty perfunctory most of the time that we go there. So that's actually pretty nice. And we've got 5 Clattery souvenirs. I think somebody said that 7 souvenirs is what we need to do something with her quest. Having 7 souvenirs is what gives us best chances. And I think talking to her actually still has, yeah, a long box and a prisoner and a Blemigan and a Mollyflower. So we can still grab more souvenirs from them. I guess we don't have to have duplicates. I thought we might have to get unique ones for each one, but apparently not. But now we are finally making it over to the Iron Republic. It's been a long time. We've been setting out directly across the ocean for so long that it's been ages. It's been many, many streams since we've been to the Iron Republic properly. Let's go say hello to our devil friends down on the southwest of the Sunless Sea. So, let's go compile a port report. Got a Tale of Terror, Memory of Distant Shores. Apparently the Cavalry Doctrine is open for business. And let's open up the market with our Something Awaits Us here. And we gain some terror from it. Whatever. House of Milks, apparently. They buy supplies. Decent price. Oh, and they sell dark draw coffee beans. They sell this for exactly as much as it costs in Port Carnelian, though, so I don't think we'll actually pick up anything here. It's a shame we don't have any extra zoop to sell to them, but that's all right. We'll go and buy up our fuel supplies at the very least. We'll buy that up to max because this is the best price I think we will ever see on fuel. Nowhere else in the beneath has prices as good as this on fuel. And that'll be all we do for them. Could actually sell off our supplies and purchase up at, like, sell to the absolute minimum and purchase up at Port Carnelian. Perhaps not. No, I think not. So we'll go set off again. Nice little jaunt down to the Iron Republic. We'll go head down to the Grand Geode now. Long time no look at all. And you know what? We'll hug the coast here so we can get a full idea of the coastline around here. So I don't think we've properly hugged the coast in this particular playthrough. Maybe there will be something down here that we haven't known about. It actually goes a lot further inland than I thought. Yeah, wow, it just really keeps going down there. But it does look like there will be fog. Discovered Corkery Bay. Oh, is there a port here? There's a dreadnought. We'll turn the lights off as he circles back around. Yeah, and there's the Grand Geode. Runeschmeep. Oh, there's actually a port down here. No way. We've missed an entire port? Wait. Where's the port? There's no dock. What? Forgerton's Bluff. What is this? Discovered the Dawn Machine. Where's the Dawn Machine? Hold up. That's actually a thing? Okay, so that's actually a location, the Dawn Machine. I thought that was like, whoa, what? The sun. Whoa. What the heck is that? Oh my goodness. Okay, we're not going to sail towards that anymore. I guess we know what the Grand Geode folks have been doing. There's actually a gigantic machine over there. What the heck? Wow, that's unique. If I ever feel like it, I suppose I could go adventure into whatever that thing is. What the heck? We will go and flee the nightmare here. Because that will clear it from us entirely. Lovely. Wow, that was neat. I can't believe we'd never seen that before. We've been down here so much. I guess we've just never gone past the Grand Geode, assuming there was nothing else there. Fascinating. Let's go stop off at the Grand Geode, though. Very interesting. We'll grab the port report here that they won't look at. Oh, interesting. Ask the Commodore for a defense against sunlight for Iceville. He smiles warmly. Of course, he says, but we'll need our usual consideration to do the work, and it won't be easy. We need a Gantt source from near the Chelanet and a particular insight, a very, very particular insight. The Gantt source can be obtained from the Eater of Names near the Chelanet. The Dread Surmise can be assembled by the Alarming Scholar for 7 searing enigmas. Right. Okay, so this is actually a different option to get our kingdom established on Iceville. Interesting. Very interesting. Very interesting indeed. So let's go write this down. What do we need? We need no Dawn's Law. We've got that. We need for Commodore, I guess is just his name. We need to bring Vital Intelligence. Uh, 7 crew. 50 supplies. So, whew. My goodness, that's a lot of supplies. Not in this ship, not for sure. Figurehead of the Eater of Names. And a Dread Surmise. We need to bring that to the Grand Geode. And then we need to go to Iceville and establish our kingdom. Cool. Yeah, that's fantastic. That's neat. We will potentially do that, maybe. For now, though, we'll go and talk to the fellow in charge of the place, the Commodore. I wonder why he needs so many supplies. Both of his trades here have been something that requires quite a bit of supply. More supply than a lot of the ships in the game can actually do from what we saw in the shipyard. Most of them don't have over 50. Well, maybe some of the later ones. I can't actually remember the later ones all that much because I haven't looked at them too closely, but we'll at least go talk to him here. The Commodore may be able to give you a few minutes. The Commodore shakes your hand warmly. He's a handsome, open-faced fellow in an immaculate navy uniform. His office is equally handsome. It overlooks a glittering interior crystal cliff. It must be as well lit as any study in the Neath. He deflects questions about the purpose of this installation, classified, you know, but smilingly offers you tea biscuits and mineralogical anecdotes. The biscuits are good, but the anecdotes rather blend one into the next. You find yourself nodding, then you jerk suddenly awake. The Commodore is smiling. Your cup is empty. You feel well, very well, a little euphoric even. Come back soon, he says softly. Lost 5 terror, gained a memory of distant shores. And we may have a menace yearning burning. Cool. Now, since we are going to Adam's, about to say, since we're going to Adam's Way, I want to have her have as many of those Clattery souvenirs for whatever reason to get 7. Maybe we'll save that for a different thing. We do have the, I think it's recent news or Mount Palmerston reports to get into Adam's Way. So we do actually have 2 ways to enter Adam's Way once we do get there. So maybe it's worthwhile going to the Uttershroom, letting her experiment on a Blemigan. And doing all that stuff. And making a second trip back after we go Port Carnelian, Fathom King's Hold, and Adam's Way. After that's all done. So I do actually believe there is a behemoth stash. Unfortunately, it did nearly destroy. It did destroy our ship the last time we fought it with our previous captain. I'd like to think we've got better combat skills, but we have changed exactly nothing since that captain was around. Our ship is still the same. Our weapons are all still the same. Yeah, I think we'll leave that behemoth stash to its own accords here. Just let him swim around there. At least we'll know where he is once we need to. So we actually need to do that. Don't do it. Yeah, I won't. But now we are. In Port Carnelian, we have another patient here. Refer a patient to the Clattery Air. There's a lady at Murgatroyd's who dresses in tiger pelts and shows her teeth to customers. Well, we'll go get another Clattery souvenir. Unacceptable. The lady insists she belongs in the jungle. The tigers disagree. There are questions about where her pelts came from and how the former owners died. The Clattery Air offers her a consultation. Afterwards, the patient has a curious crescent scar on her forehead, roughly the shape of a claw. But I can wear a hat, it's no matter. She buries the pelts with honors and buys a ticket for the next ship back to London. We've got the Clattery souvenir of 6 and the Clattery treatment of Port Carnelian done. Remember, you're the smart sibling now. Yeah. Our sister, Madam Sir Helga, was the dumb one. Sir Madam Helgen, very intelligent, very intelligent instead. So we could influence affairs here. Ooh, right, the snuffer. That is right. So the snuffer is the thief of faces here that they want captured. That the folks in Adam's Way wish to get captured. Let's go grab the port report first. Not from the Khanate. Let's hear from the governor. Very busy. They don't like us. Whatever. So what do our spies need to get an iron grip over this? We can give up 2 secrets to bait a rival agent here. That is totally something we can do. Hook, line, and sinker. No spy could resist these secrets and maintain a shred of professional respect. Your quarry betrays himself. Your agents pursue him into the fungal jungle. The matter ends with knives in the violet shadows and blood on the stalks. Cool. Now, we can influence affairs here. But we don't have vital intelligence. So we can either influence towards the Majesty, the Admiralty, Fallen London's rule, the Khanate, or the Tigers, but not now. So I think instead, well, let's see if we can just do something for them. Echoes, no. Tales of Terror. That would leave us with too few for me to be comfortable in the event that we'd have to use them for any reason. Perhaps we'll seek a different option. Maybe we'll pan for sapphires. We've got a fair chance at that. But we'll be done with all of that. Let's go find the snuffer here. Find the avuncular broker's snuffer. He wants it captured alive. Snuffer hunting. The docks throng. The streets bustle. The blue bazaar heaves. Thousands upon thousands of faces. The snuffer could be hiding behind any one of them. How will you find it? So we can use our network. Nice. 75% chance. Entice the prey using foxfire candles we don't have, and that would be a very poor chance. So I think we'll just use our network here. You have other eyes and other hands. A good day's work. You issue coded instructions to your agent. Within the day, the snuffer is identified, isolated, subdued with the gift of a carefully poisoned hat steeped in paralytic jellyfish extracts, placed in a coffin, carried to your ship, and chained in the hold before the poison wears off. A diet of muter salted candles keeps it quiet for the return journey. has been masquerading as an aide at the governor's mansion. Undoubtedly, questions will be asked regarding his disappearance, but you'll be long gone by then. Interesting. Okay. So we have succeeded here. We have 300. We've investigated the snuffer. And yeah, we're good. Great. Perfect. So either pan for sapphires might be a decent idea. How's our fuel and supplies doing? We could probably make more profit off of those sapphires once we get to... You know what we'll do? We'll use our... Well... No, let's seek intelligence instead. If you have eyes and ears on the Carnelian coast, you can use them to gain more than just a port report. Success. Your late agent considered this information worth dying for. You blot her blood from the page and apply an old Assyrian cipher. She was not wrong. After significant success, you'll often need to lie low or rebuild your network. So we've got the vital intelligence. We gained a Z story. How is our network doing now? We have 4. So they did reduce that, unfortunately. Yeah, they reduced it by 1, I think. Any changes? No. Okay, well, we'll leave that for next time. Hopefully, we'll have something different. If not, maybe we'll have more Tales of Terror the next time we come here. Very nice to have some vital intelligence, though. So let's buy up our supplies and our fuel. Supplies, I'd say buying to... 15's pretty good. Let's buy to 18. And we'll fill the rest with supplies. And that should be enough to keep us going around the Sunless Sea for quite a bit of time. Yeah, perfect. And with that, I think we will go and set out here. We'll go over to Fathom King's Hold, where we, I believe, use Z stories to gain access to his court. Conveniently, we actually just picked up some Z stories there. I think we have 11 now. So we've got to skirt around the vortexes. Yeah, right between them here. I feel like we are moving slower as well. Maybe the weight of our cargo actually affects us. Or it could be the pull of the vortexes. So, either way, we've got a far distance northeast to head before we get to Fathom King's Hold here. We've got a decent way. On the way, there will be Lorn Flukes. So we should make sure that we can flick our lights off at any moment here. Should we start sailing with our lights off to save fuel? I don't think so. Storm is apparently watching us, according to these sailors. And we should just be outside of it. We'll probably see it sometime soon. There it is, Lorkin's Port. We didn't see that Lorn Fluke, so we're doing good. And now we get to go... Oh, there's that Lorn Fluke. Speak of the devil. But now we get to go talk to the Fathom King about our father and his ultimate fate here. Lorkin's Port, named for that most enterprising of drownies. The phosphor cells burn green somewhere below. The king awaits. Will we go grab another white mollyflower? Does just require scintillic. Unfortunately, we only have 1 scintillic, so I don't think we will. We'll go compile the port report and then send to an audience with the Fathom King here. Fathom King is the lord of the drownies, those dead who won't stop swimming. By some accounts, he is the lord of all who die at sea. Bring him a story to tickle his curiosity. We have spent our Z story, and we will go in to talk to the king. Now, we will go discuss the matters of your father's bones. Your complexity, I have a more personal petition. You know something of my father or what remains of him. His complexity is watching you. His eyes are cold as polished stones, but a smile lurks at the corner of his mouth like an eel in ambush. So we can ask for assistance, or we can ask him why he gave our father a knife. I'm not sure which of these I should ask. I guess let's ask this one because it's related specifically to our ambition to find our father's bones here. And it is unlocked with our ability, or past as a soldier as well. So let's ask why the Fathom King gave our father a knife. What was he doing at King Ear's castle? Your father had his reasons? You're kidding. Okay, no, there's more. The heart is destiny's engine, they used to say in Irem. Your father knew that. He wanted to free himself of his destiny. The king yawns. He paid me for my help. He failed, and so you are here. Perhaps one day your son, your daughter, will stand before me and ask where your bones lie. Perhaps they'll ask me for a knife. You can review the Fathom King's requests in the Curiosities section of your gazetteer. Oh, that didn't actually do that. Okay, so you apparently didn't want to have a child, didn't want to have a love, something like that. Let's ask for assistance, though, I guess, since that's the proper thing we're here for. Your complexity, there is a question only you can answer. To open the final gate of my journey to my father's bones, I ask this boon of you. Little favors. You are fortunate, the Fathom King announces. I have only a few small requests. Fulfill them, and I shall tell you what you need to know. Bring me the heart of a legend. Bring me a light from the sky. Bring me a willing guest to stay with me forever. Witness the end of the eldest among its kind. Bring me word. Bring me the fruit of an eternal tree. Bring me something scientific, modern, cutting edge, I believe is the term. My bride enjoys that sort of thing. He has a bride? This dude, really? Okay. He sits back under regions pulsing with expectation. You seem capable, he adds carelessly. I'm sure it's not too much trouble. Okay, so... Oh my goodness, okay. So... Another ending here. Fathom King wants the heart of Mount Nomad. What? Oh, there are multiple options here. The eldest's end may be what you get when you give all the guy all the colors. That could be it, actually. Oh man. I wish it was more explicit with what precisely he wanted. I'd like to write it down, but it's so obtuse that I can't identify specifically what he wants here. Looks like this stuff will be like the colors. Yeah, I agree. Fruit of the eternal tree. That's probably maybe that tree in Adam's Way. We do keep trying to catch like a nut or something from it, right? Every time we go there. That's one of the options we have. Okay. Well, we'll just write it down when we get back to where we can look at our gazetteer. That'll be in our journal, I think. We've talked to our talked about our father's bones. Now we can ask a boon of some sort. We can witness an execution. We'll just ask a boon. 5 fuel. That's fine. Toss something overboard. Sure, we'll toss a fuel. So what, pray tell, does the Fathom King wish for? Empire of Hands? No. Who? Networks. Objectives, maybe? No. Pigmoat Isle is properly gone. Your father's bones. There it is. Okay, so Mount Nomad or the heart of Mount Nomad. Or Tree of Ages. Brilliant weapon, we'll say. Perhaps that's something from the Dawn Machine. Sunlight, so probably a mirror catch box of sunlight. An officer with a finished quest, someone who likes fish. We have the brisk campaigner, I suppose. You ask for a boon and get something that overflows you. Well, we still managed to keep 4 of it. Weapon might be from the Cannoneer. Wasn't he talking about blueprints for a new weapon? Yes, he was. Maybe that's something you could build. Yeah, I don't know. Eldest's End. For the Fathom King, probably that first curator, and a fruit of an eternal tree. All of that brought to Fathom King's hold. Okay, well, we've got more ways for our story to progress. Nothing to buy, not that we need anything, or have the room for anything. But we can now sail down to... Well, where shall we sail? We could sail to the Isle of Cats. We've got that pendant to drop off to her. So we could sail to Isle of Cats, then Adam's Way, to turn in the thief. We'll turn in the recent news then, and we'll save the port report from Mount Palmerston for our return. Or maybe we'll do the port report from Mount Palmerston, because recent news is actually something that can be used in other locations. Oh, it's so difficult. So difficult to determine what I should do. Yeah, Isle of Cats and Adam's Way. That'll be what we decide on here as our first 2 locations. We can determine the rest of our locations later, afterwards. Now, we did deliver, I think it was red honey from the Isle of Cats before. That is why we got that pendant in the first place. But we don't know what it means, and the merchant venturer gave us the opportunity to betray what's-her-name in the Isle of Cats, which we did not do. I'm hoping that means we can make some profit off of it. I can't remember if we made any at all off of just delivering it standard to the merchant venture. I don't know if we made any echo from that trade, but we did complete it, so maybe we will go and get something more from here. Let's go and dock here. Ah, immediately. A message for Zaira. How is the venturer? Still a rubbery man? He isn't? Are you quite sure? The lady of the cages rubs her cheek. Maybe that part comes later. I shall have to make a note. Hands her the medallion. Urchins, again? I'll tell the sisters to prepare the baths. I'm sorry, what? Oh, no, what did she give me? What did she give me? Come on, really? Okay. I would love to be able to see what it was she gave me here. I don't know if I do need to deliver this wine or if it's a gift. Shoot. Okay. What do I toss overboard? I'm afraid of tossing this in the event that... I wish I could read this. Ah! Come on. Really? Because if I don't have to take this mushroom wine, then I would like not to take it. You know what? I will toss the mushroom wine because I can always pick those up for super cheap pretty much anywhere. So if I need to make a delivery for that, I can do it with some other stuff. And then I will toss 2 supply and 3 fuel. And that'll be that. Yes. Okay. I'll have the reward sent to your ship. Don't worry, I asked the sisters to pick. I can't seem to remember what's edible and what isn't these days. Zaira gives a sudden start and demands, can you fry wine in batter? I don't see why not. She stalks hurriedly out of the room, muttering about asking the abbess. Oh, okay. So we gained some supply and mushroom wine. That was what we got. Okay, that's fine then. Oh, and 500 echoes. That's neat. And we gained, oh, I see. We also gained Casket of Sapphires here. Oh, I hate running at the maximum capacity, which we have been. I do think that we now have enough sapphires, though, to make a trip to, was it the Chelinet? Before heading to Nook, a valid option. A very valid option indeed. So, I think we'll go and do that. We are done here. Whoa, what? The Isle of Cats where there are roses. Tending the rose garden before you is a garden washed with blood? What? A sea of petaled crimson. They say these particular exiles' roses are a variety crossbred with a flower from hell. That would explain the stench of brimstone underneath the sweetness. Winding paths lead to irregular rows of cages, each covered in tangles of thorn and vine. Some of the prisoners inside the cages call out to you. Others mutter to themselves or weep. A few simply stare, hopeless and silent. Wow. What? Good you're here. Zaira snips a rosehead with her shears. I'd like a new addition to the garden. Could I borrow one of your crew? Well, have one, really. I doubt you'd want them back after. Okay. So if we gave them the Cannoneer, one, we would no longer have a gunner of any type. But we'd have to have 20 spaces. Or we could offer a crewman and have 10 spaces for that. We will be well rewarded, so we won't do that at the moment. We'll just compile the port report while we're here. We already have a good relation with the abbess. Yeah, we've already taken her offer here. So I think That's just about what we can do. We won't save these smugglers from Rack, because we have a decent relationship with the folks over there. And we could sell Sunlight, but for a risk. Dang. I wish I'd had a better option here. Just get the last Clattery souvenir and then get the ship. Yeah, maybe it is worthwhile. I've only got, so at the moment, let's see, Clattery souvenirs. Where are our Clattery souvenirs? Here? There they are. We've got 4. I'm pretty sure we have 6 Clattery souvenirs. And I'd like to have 7, like the chat said last time. I remember the last time you got one, it said you had 6. Okay. I would like to have 7, so I have a sure chance of doing whatever, presumably getting that ship, the Clattery Heart. I would rather not miss out on that opportunity. So let's talk to the Clattery Air here. See if could give her that molly flower. If you have 7 and go down the Father's Quest, it'll guarantee getting the ship. Interesting. Would I have to tell her about her father before or after going for the ship in Adam's Way? Because I do know the ship is there, I believe. Before. Okay. In that case, I think I'm going to sail to get a Blemigan and let her deal with that. I think that should give it... don't do it unless you have 7, because if you fail, you'll lose her completely. Yeah, definitely don't want to do that. So I think I'll go get a Blemigan. That'll probably be the easiest one to do. Right? Or a long box, because we will get that those 10 hunting trophies. Right? 10 hunting trophies from Nook or somewhere. By turning in this harlot fry. I can't even remember my well-laid plans. This is exactly why you should never set sail with a plan, because you're gonna forget it while you're at sea anyway. Hunting trophies. Where? No, the Gant Pole is where I get the hunting trophies for the... Oh, so I actually don't need to visit Nook at all. Unless I have the mirror catch boxes. So that'll actually be... Okay, perfect. Mollyflower guarantees a souvenir, whether success or fail. I only have 1, though, is the issue. And they cost a Scintilic to get, and Scintilic is itself difficult to get. So, yeah. New pathing. Heading to the Utter Shroom to go get our Blemigan. Let her chop it up. Get that done. We'll head down, maybe via this Melting Isles, Swallowing Isles here, down to Adam's Way, then to Varkas. Up to Aestival. Polythreme and Aestival. Probably Polythreme first, so drop off all of these sapphires we now carry on us. Just warning, Blemigan only gives a souvenir on success. You're kidding. Really? Aw, man. Okay, well... Drat. Drat kissed blast. Some are only on success, others are either. Tell me to shut up if I'm saying too much. I'd rather If it's a possibility of losing her or wasting an option, then I'd rather not. I'd rather no than not. We'll carry on with our original plan. Go to Adam's Way. We're not going to talk about the ship while we're there. Then we'll go to Varkas, Polythreme, Aestaval, Nook, the Chalinet, or the Gampole. Maybe both. Yeah, we'll figure it out. We're planning too far ahead. We're gonna forget this anyway. Oops, did not mean to redock there. Meant to turn all around, go to Adam's Way. Oh, you know what? No. Hold up here. Our hold is already full. We do not want to go to Adam's Way. In the unlikely event, or the rather likely event, I suppose, that we get more stuff. Because we cannot, as a reward, getting more stuff would be bad, because we couldn't take it. We'll go to Polythreme first, immediately. So we can offload. Yeah. We can offload our sapphires there. Oh, come on. Really? Okay, I'll stay on his tail, actually. This is the first time I've tangled with a Corvette before, so... Oh, wow. He's kind of doing circles around me, though. As long as I stay on his aft here. Ooh, ow. He should be out of reach to do any more damage to me. There we go. Sunken. Defeated an Aelsius-class vessel. Crippled, broken, already feeding the Z's endless hunger. Little remains but the ship, but scraps of sinking cargo and a few buoyant pieces of its splintered carcass. Yeah, let's investigate the wreckage. The pirate poet is roaming the sea? What? Okay. Interesting. So apparently, Alcaeus-class vessels are related to the pirate poets, apparently. You'll have to be quick to salvage anything. You steer close, shining the lamp on the debris. Captain, quick, over there, port side. Whoa. Whoa! Okay. We've got a pirate poet. Or her cargo. I think we'll rescue the pirate poet here. The legendary clay woman corsair. She clings tight to the last few scraps of floating debris, defeated but defiant. Rescue the pirate poet. Throw her a rope, claim a bounty. The price of freedom. It takes 3 crewmen to pull the pirate poet from the Z's clutches while others mutter about bringing an unfinished man, an unfinished woman, aboard the ship. She just smirks. She carries little on her but verses of poetry tattooed over every visible inch and an old sword almost as chipped as she is. Fortunately, her salvaged possessions also includes the jangling money purse on her belt, fat and ready to pay the traditional freedom price of her current bounty. As much as the crew could subdue her, all are relieved when she is aboard a lifeboat, rowing away through the darkness towards Guider's Morn. Interesting. Okay, cool. We made 400 echo off of that. That's perfect. That's fantastic. Yeah, a great price for just taking down one of those. We only took 5 damage, I think. So we are at 68, which is not great. But we're doing pretty good overall. And we might as well turn off our lamp while we're in the fog here, because we're not going to lose any more, gain any more terror. Gain any more decrease of terror by having it on while we're in the fog. Interesting. So, yeah, Pirate Poet is doing the thing. Damn, I wonder if there will be anything different in the pirate place now. Maybe. Very well could be. We're also sailing through some of the black parts of the sea, which I am actually happy about because that means we could discover something new here. I'll actually start sending out Z-bats. No islands. I have a feeling it's probably just going to be a lot of empty sea. Yeah, we'll turn south here just to clear out this chunk of... Uh-oh. Chunk of black. There's another pirate frigate. Our fuel is also actually getting low. Whoa, and there's a big old gigantic crab here as well. In that fog, I just see him up there. I can also hear his swimming sounds. So I guess we'll go and dock at the Udder Shroom. At the very least, we'll pick up a Blemigan, even if we won't actually use him to dissect... to have the Clatter dissect him. I don't want to risk it if there's a possibility that it won't lead to success there. And we might buy some fuel just to tide us over until we get to probably Dahoot. Dahoot will probably have the best prices on fuel out here. So let's go climb up here. We'll go trade our honey for a Blemigan. Actually, we'll grab the port report first. Trade honey for a Blemigan. We can make our strange catch into a live specimen. Absolutely, we will. Oh, and we get supplies for this, too. I forgot about that. Wow, they really treat Blemigans like just nothing. They're just cargo, which I guess we have kind of been doing, too. We'll go and get a live specimen, since that is much more valuable to us than a strange catch. And other than that, yeah, he's probably not going to explore out here. You know what? Let's go play with him. Come on. Let's go tickle him. What a good little guy. What a good little fella. Other than that, nothing else to do here. So we'll make our way to Polythreme. Then Dahoot for fuel. So as we can stop off at Godfall. Then okay, I just want to double check here. Polythreme is where we are offloading these sapphires, right? Best prices for it? No, it's not. The Chelenid is where we're offloading the sapphires. That is 99 Echo. Yes, yes it is. Polythreme. Polythreme is where we're offloading the Stygian Ivory. Better option there. Okay. So, yeah, Polythreme. We'll clear up some space in our cargo hold. And we'll keep our lights off while we're so close to shore and in the lights and everything. Though, considering our fear is climbing, maybe it would be advantageous to keep this all there. The only things that guarantee a clattery souvenir are the Soothin' Cooper Longbox and the White Molly Flower. Okay, that's actually good to know. We are going for the Soothin' Cooper Longboxes, since once we get those hunting trophies, we will have plenty of material with which to make them good. Yep, we're here. Hello. First things first, offload all this stuff. We'll make 4 more Echo in the Chelenid, and it's not that far, so we'll just save the casket of sapphires for there. In Polythreme, we'll go pick up the port report. Ooh, a contact colony. Oh, right. We wanted... the Admiralty wanted us to go to Polythreme anyway to go grab some contact there. So, your contact waits at the Whistling Eye, a masked bundle of grimy satin. The light here is poor, but it seems to have more gloves than it should. A muttered plea. Please, wheezes a voice from within the mounds of clothing. Take it. I need to pay my debt. It seems that the clothes, mostly gloves you see, are more wearing than being worn. The pale and sweating fellow within is a prisoner of his wardrobe. Take the report, though your fingers may shrink from the touch of the living cloth that binds him. Return it to London, and perhaps you'll pay him. You'll help him pay what debt he owes. Interesting. So we gained a tale of terror and some terror from that as well. That's unfortunate. Living cloth that binds him. Interesting. Very strange. Shall we set the Blemigan ashore? Propagation. It is a quest to, well, I think a quest, an option to send Blemigans ashore in a lot of places. You know what? Sure, let's start on it. Put the Blemigan ashore. Who knows what the living furniture will make of it? Curious alliances. The last you see of your violent murder fungus, it seems to be flirting with a fanged water pump. Strange bedfellows. Cool. And we will not reduce our sharpness, carry any more clay men. Do not want them taking up cargo space. Or cure, or give shore leave here. We'll just set off to Dahoot for some fuel and supplies. Fuel especially. Fuel is more important than supplies at the moment. Supplies we could sail pretty much across the sea with. Our fuel, we will not make it to more than a couple islands with the current supply that we have. And Dahoot should be just up ahead of us here. Maybe we'll submerge early, since we don't have to worry about that constant companion just yet. I would like to not have to do the tip-tap tango with the submerge button, which apparently we're already going to do. Really? Come on. I think out here is a surefire place to... Yeah, there it is. Surefire place to submerge. Oh joy, screaming. Is that from the faces, or is that from a monster? The observation dome is silent. Your navigator's breath is loud in the stillness. Cool. Well, we'll go grab port report. Yeah, no interesting news from the Drownies. We'll go deal with the shops first, though. Right, here's the location we can buy the drowning pearls. That's where we had it. We'll go get fuel. Honestly, as much as we can. Ooh. Whilst leaving a room for these hunting trophies we're about to pick up. Shoot. God, I hate how our hold is so restricted by everything, by all of the stuff that we've got. No, we'll buy fuel, because we're heading to... Where was it? Heading to the Chelonate after this anyway. Yeah, I think that's the plan. Chelonate as well as the Gant Pole. So we'll wander, look, and make absolutely no commitments, which will lose some terror here. Sweet. I will totally take a terror reduction, even if we are absolutely looking at illusion here. So definitely an illusion, judging by the molliflower and stuff. Can we actually eat that? Just casually? No. So we'd actually need to have a opportunity to eat it at some point to clear that illusion. And we'll go generate that port report. Naturally, we are completely enthralled. No, we're not. We noticed that the graveyard is large, and not all bones are buried. Okay. So we will set off here. And because of the creepy screaming that's going on, we're going to submerge as quickly as possible. Whew, okay. So, Con Shadow and the Chelinet both are ahead of us. We are going to the Chelinet and the Gant Pole first, though. I think that is a Chelinet ship. They've got a decent bit of health, so we'll keep our lights off here until it turns out of view, maybe? Oh no, unfinished pirates. Okay, looks like they've completely lost us, though. And I think they are actually slower than we are. One day we'll actually have to explore abysses. But at the moment... it's, I think it's a risk beyond that which we need to take. So we'll go and dock here at the Chelinet and sell off all of our sapphires, finally, to clear some space in our inventory here. And we have made it. Cool, fantastic. Now we can trade all of our hunting trophies for outlandish artifacts once we get them. Oh, but that also costs supplies, so maybe not. And Z stories. So maybe we will not do that once we get all of those hunting trophies from that trade opportunity that we have with the... I think the Gant Pole is the one that does that. Yeah, the Gant Poles trade for harlot fries for 10 hunting trophies. Well, maybe we'll do 1 or 2, but we definitely won't do all 10. For now, though, we'll make just about 700 echoes off of that casket of sapphires. A lovely amount. Because I don't think we paid for a single one of those, barring maybe one. The others we've just had, which is great. The Chelinet will go grab a port report here. It will not do shore leave since our terror is pretty low to begin with. I actually want to double check our opportunities with this hunting trophy. So in Scrimshanter, we can sell it for 65 echoes apiece, but we also have to pay to get out. With Z stories, I think. We've got enough of them, but I don't want to risk the possibility of getting kind of burnt on that. We'll use one for the long box, and maybe keep one more just in reserve, just because they're kind of difficult to come across. We can... Let's see here. Where else can we offload these hunting trophies? Dang, I'm not seeing them. I know they're elsewhere. We've just got a lot of ports to cover in our economy pages here. Hunting trophies, hunting trophies, hunting trophies. Where can I offload you? not a lot of places, honestly. Yeah, in terms of shops, at least, hunting trophies really are only good for Scrimshander. So I guess we'll be going there. In terms of other things Scrimshander needs, pot of violent ink. Nope. If I had violent ink, I would be turning it into the first curator. Unread logs, but those sell for very cheap, and considering the difficulty we've had in acquiring them, I don't think we'll be selling that either. So I guess we're headed to Scrimshander at some point. It looks like they do have fuel for very cheap. They have fuel for 10 echoes, which is same as in Fallen London, so maybe we can go there for that when we get a little bit lower around there. Yes, I think so. So, let's go get rid of these, this harlot fry. We should have enough space. By then, yeah, by then we'll have burned through enough fuel and stuff to do that. We will have to, because that takes up cargo space, we will have to immediately head for Scrimshander, which is, I believe, not too far off. Yeah, it's just a little diagonally in the direction we were already heading. Because we do have to go to the Shepherd Isles to get that long box. After that, Scrimshander and then Shepherd Isles. Maybe we'll stop off at Abbey Rock just to see what became of their situation down there. We'll head down to Adam's Way, Varkas, and then perhaps till the way along the eastern edge, or perhaps be done. Maybe we'll head back to Fallen London after that. But we're playing kind of a rough game here with the limited amount of cargo space we have. Hopefully the ship that we'll get in Adam's Way, if we do get the ship in Adam's Way, will alleviate those issues somewhat. It'll double our cargo space. Ooh, but it'll also increase our crew requirements. Whoa, what are we being hunted by? What? I saw nothing. Please don't tell me that's the constant companion. Please don't tell me that it shows up before we're at 50. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh boy. Grab the port report here, just to have it. Let's talk to the Harrowspecs. Could give her the recent news. Or ask her about the Traveler. Yeah, let's ask her about the Traveler first. We'll find it later on. Okay, whatever. Not much to do there. I don't want to trade our recent news. I want to... I'm not sure what the apprenticeship will actually get for us. You know, a good trade that we could get is getting a live specimen from the Udder Shroom, selling it here for 7 strange catches, and getting a lot of firkins of prisoner's honey. See if we can get those from anywhere else out here. Well, if we were able to have them, just kind of keep them around, then we would be able to get more live specimens. We'd essentially be able to trade up here. Could get them in rack for supplies, but that's a little distant. I would hope for somewhere a little closer to here. Probably Guider's Morn would have them. Can't you just turn strange catches into live specimens somewhere? Yeah, that's what I'm referring to. The Utter Shroom is where you trade a strange catch and a something. Maybe it's something awaits us. Maybe it's not the frickin' prisoners hunting. I may be mixing up what you get Blemigans for with what you get the prisoner, what you use the prisoner's honey for, and what you use to get live specimens. Either way, I think we should be good on doing this trade at the very least. Oh. Oh. Hunting trophies do not take up cargo space. This is very good to know. That is super duper good to know. Because it means that we have really made a profit on space by bringing that over here. We no longer need to go to Scrimshander to sell them all off to make more space. Perfect. Yeah, that's fantastic. For the price of some supplies and fuel, you can 7 times your live specimens each trip. Yes. I'll say. Not sure what the supplies are about, but yeah, that'll be great. Nothing left to do at the Gant pole. The cost of traveling. Yes. Yes, that is absolutely what's going to happen. I don't know what was chasing us out here, so I'm kind of afraid to set out. I will probably resurface as soon as possible. But now that we don't have all that space cluttering ourselves up, our paths here are a little different, our pathing. So maybe we'll head straight down to Iceville, then over to Nook. Yes, no, maybe so. Yeah, we'll do one run, because we're kind of making a triangle from going up here. We'll go to Iceville, Nook, then back to the Chelinet to sell off the money that we made. To sell off the sapphires that we make in Nook from our mirror catch box. Then we'll head to Polythreme, because in the Chelinet we can buy Stygian ivory, and in Polythreme we can sell the Stygian ivory at a slight profit. We'll just fill up on Stygian ivory. Then we'll head to the Shepherd Isles, Abbey Rock, Adam's Way, and Vargas. Yes. Yes. I think that's absolutely what we're going to do. Let's go set out here and really quickly undock, or undersurface, to resurface basically. And then we'll head around this side of the Chelinet to head to Iceville. By the way, when you get the new ship, it automatically fills your crew capacity to max. Oh, perfect. That's great. That is really good to know. We do know that we need to talk to her about her father before that happens. Once we have those 7 clattery souvenirs. I wonder what that's going to be like. I wonder if that... Yeah, I've got an idea. We'll talk to her before, like, once we dock, or before we dock in Adam's Way. But for now, we'll head over to Iceville. Oh, there's a Lauren Fluke. If you want free 500 echoes at a bit of risk, you can sell the ship for a cheap one before you go and get the ship. I think I know what you're talking about. I think you're talking about the 500 echo ship. That only has 1 hit point, and if we make a single mistake, we are so totally boned. that is not something that I want to risk. I'd rather take the 500 echo loss and have a very better chance on surviving here. So, remember the hidden underwater thing is somewhere around here. That's why I said it's a bit risk. Okay. Yeah, so we'll go compile the port report first. Collect some sunlight. Ah, we got some wound for it. Is this really sunlight? Then open the box wide, let it brim. Mortal measures. You fill the box successfully, but the ship sunlight has lit a fire in your bones. You struggle back to the ship and wait while the fever subsides. Be wary. This is true sunlight, and it can be an unpredictable death to those who've spent too long here below. Ooh. We got a menace of yearning burning here. Okay, and we've actually still got our something awaits us here, so we can go beach combing. We got the space for it. We don't need supplies that badly. Yeah, let's go beach combing. Anything specific? Driftwood, glinting, or a nasty glob of goo. Let's go look at the glinting thing this time. Some drowning pearls, lovely. Just bottle glass, a tangle of seaweed and pearls. The stories there are about drowning pearls. They've never seen the inside of an oyster. Place one under your tongue and you can name the date of your own death. Don't place one under your tongue because they're the transformed eyes of a zailors lost at sea. Stories aside, they'll fetch a good price. Yes, they will. Okay, perfect. So let's go... Obviously, there's no shop here because it's an abandoned island, which we will eventually make into our kingdom. Let's go to Nook. And I don't think we'll need to stop off at Dahoot yet. We might do that on the way back from the Chelinet, because we are headed to Shepherd Isles, which does swing somewhat by Dahoot, and that's got pretty good prices for where it's at. We've got a long way to go to Nook. Oh, you know what? No. To access the Nook shop, we don't actually need to go into Nook, so we won't. To get into Nook, we would need a cask of mushroom wine, which we do not have. That'll help ease the transition, and I'm not sure exactly what that means, but I do know that that affects it positively in some way. We might not even be able to get there without it. Careful while diving at Nook because you have a wound now. Yeah, we won't be going to Nook proper. We will be uh-oh. Okay, so this guy knows us. I'm actually feeling pretty confident. Let's go blow a hole in him. Discovered an unfinished pirate. Yeah, they're having trouble, I think, keeping us in their sights here. If at all. And we are... See, this is why you use a ship engine and not sails. Because everybody knows rowers be mighty lazy. They don't work nearly as hard as some clay dudes that you stuff back in the engine like we got. Boy, am I going to circle you guys to death. Ha! You've destroyed the unfinished pirates. Fragments of clay. Oh, these unfinished pirates. Right, I didn't make that connection. Unfinished pirates, unfinished men. So that's that's why. For a second, I was confused and thought you meant Tom Nook. Yeah, Nook is actually the open gaping mouth of Tom Nook. He went swimming, and he just decided to lay on the ocean floor. Turns out the ocean floor fell to the beneath, and it's just Tom Nook's mouth open. That's what the inside of his mouth actually looks like. That's why he's able to charge such absurd prices and get a lot of people into servitude. Instead of taking your bells, he's taking your soul. Yeah, dang Skippy. Yeah, we've destroyed the unfinished pirates, which were made of unfinished men. Fragments of clay are littered across the deck. They crunch underfoot like potsherds. Unfinished men do not surrender. Investigate the hold. What treasure did these villains take? They took dark coffee. Cool. We could run the boilers on this stuff, your second engineer remarks. If we run out of coke, he sees your expression and hastens to add. We couldn't. Please don't put the coffee in the firebox, Captain. It'd be a shocking waste. Hey, you made the joke. Give me my bells or I'll go Cthulhu on your ass. Dang straight. What would an eldritch Animal Crossing even look like? Have you seen Tom Nook's, his servitude that he puts every character that's ever been to an Animal Crossing game into. That is some pretty eldritch economics right there. That's what I would say is eldritch economics. Pure and simple. Is there a... Hold up. Was there a ship down here? I can't see it because it's covering. There was. Yeah, there's more unfinished pirates just stuck against the rocks there. That's pretty funny. I am actually concerned at our fuel supply. I think we should have enough fuel supply to make it back and forth to Chellin it. Maybe if we get really desperate, we can stop off at Khan's Shadow. Here we go. We can use up supply to heal the wound. Yes, I will heal this wound. It'll use up our supply, but I'd rather have supplies be low than have a wound potentially increase to 2 wounds and therefore potentially increase to 3 wounds and kill you. Tom Nook is a warlock confirmed. Timmy and Tommy are his familiars. Yep. He was. I'm going to say that he was a familiar himself, and then he did too much warlacy. Warlacy? That's a word, right? Oh, that's right. Port Cecil is actually closer than Nook here. There should be a moray somewhere ahead of us, so I'll turn our lights off preemptively. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's not a moray here. But here we'll actually be able to stock up on supplies, which are a little too low for me to be comfortable with. Yeah. Wow, no morays at all. Interesting. We are, fortunately, all in shallow waters, so we are getting a terror reduction by keeping our light on here. And since we're here, we might as well go play some chess. We're doing all right on terror. We'll go grab the port report. We could gather some scintilic or explore the coral knot. Scintilic is only a 44% chance, so less than 50. I think we'll just explore the coral knot instead, and we'll play a single game of chess. Ah, we won. Odd thoughts bubble up each time you touch a chess piece. This one longs for home. That one has a secret desire for the revenge against the slayer of its rank mate. This will be a queen someday. Those would do better as metal. You taste the metal. You ignore these thoughts and move methodically to a victory over your opponent. He blinks checkmate. He asks helplessly. Oh, we gain pages for that. Right. Win enough games and something else will occur. I won quite a few games. 34% chance. We'll do one more. Probably lose. Yeah. So we lost that. We gained 5 terror. We'll be done with that, and then we'll explore the coral knoll here. Oh, whoa, what is this? Auroral rupture. A light grows in the far southwest. It begins like a distant bonfire, but very rapidly it becomes brighter, brighter. It looks remarkably like sunrise. Some of your crew fall to their knees. Others duck behind to cover or shield their eyes. One cries, "Dawn machine waking." What? Interesting. Very interesting. The Dawn Machine? Like, for realsies. Far in the southwest. Yeah, that tracks. The Dawn Machine is, now we have finally discovered, all the way down in the southwest corner of the Neath. I'm kind of tempted to look into the light here. We've only got a 25% chance of success, but I'm very interested into what it could mean. I know we just cleared a wound. We can also look around. I want to deal with one of these two options. I don't want to take cover here. Look around, but not at it. Maybe. Yeah, we're taking an awful lot of risks. Well, not really, but we have taken some risk going around here anyway. So let's look around. You won't get much good looking at it, even if you do one. Okay, let's look around, but not directly at the light. Then anything like sunlight is rare down here. What will you see? All the colors. All the colors rise in the docks, the water, the crystal veins of the roof. The Untersea is a rich, grassy emerald. The faces of your crew flash clear and strong. You have seen nothing like it since you left the surface in this place that is utterly wrong. We left the surface. We've never been to the surface. Were we not born here? Wow, that's an interesting background on our character. I thought we had spent our entire life here. In this place that is utterly wrong. The light fades suddenly, men and women cry out, curse, one weeps. You gained a memory of distant shores and 5 terror. Okay. Well, that's something. We'll go grab... Oh, are you kidding? That's the price for supplies here? Okay, for some reason I thought this was like an outpost of London. I thought we'd have better prices for supplies and stuff. Yeah, no, we are not going to make any sort of profit. Well, I mean, we will make a profit, but this is going to eat into our profits massively if we have to buy it at this price. I think we should be good to sail over to the Chelinet. We'll hit up to Hoot. Well, okay, we'll buy one. No, because we can get a cheaper Con Shadow if we really need to. Forget it. We'll just set off. We'll set out of Port Cecil. We'll head straight over to Nook. Conveniently, that actually clears out a little black square that we've had here. Should be coming into that right now. I very much doubt that there's anything of importance here. At most, probably like a landmark or something. Okay, and once we clear this coral, we should be good to submerge. Yeah, there we go. And head straight over to Nook. Unfortunately, terror is at 41, so we won't have much in the way of... leeway for terror. We don't really need it to get here, so we should be good. We're not going to go in. Yeah, we can't even get in because we don't have that mushroom wine. We'll go sell the contents of our sunlight-filled mirror catch box. Oh, and fuel and supplies are both pretty cheap here, so we'll buy them up here as well. Now, question for me, does that sell the box in its entirety? Yes, it does. So if we wanted to get more sunlight, we would have to purchase another mirror catch box, which is fairly expensive, 250 echo. But each of these sapphires, basically we're making 700 for profit. We're making 700 echoes of profit, because at least that mirror catch box we bought with secrets, I want to say, in Irem. And the art of this game is beautiful. Yeah, the art of this game is stunning. The art direction is just really sweet. I've heard that the sequel to this game, Sunless Skies, which I'll eventually get to once I consider this game sufficiently explored. Honestly, probably once that we succeed with a captain, I would say that's probably sufficiently explored. Maybe once or twice, but once we do that, I will move over to Sunless Skies, and I think that'll be even a little bit more interesting. But I might stick around for another captain, even if this captain does succeed in his quest, because I'll have passed down quite a bit of bonus, so we hopefully don't have to start out nearly as slowly as the beginning parts of this game. Oh, I've also realized I can combine this using a Memory of Distant Shores. Yeah, I think Memory of Distant Shores is the best, so we've got some more vital intelligence here. Perfect. We've sold that. We will buy our fuel and supplies. That, and then we'll buy our supplies up to max. Perfect. And we'll go and set out here. Set out back to the Chelinet. Now, once we get to the Chalinet, I might stop off at... Let's see. I might stop off at Khan's Glory, or Khan's Heart. That'll be where the shops are. After going to the Chalinet, so that we can get some romantic literature. We need 7 to complete our quest with the merchant venturer over here. He wants 7 romantic literature, and we will probably have to use some Admiralty's favor, or go for a check, if we don't want to have that observed, because that is an illicit good that we're taking into Fallen London. It will take up cargo space, unfortunately, but it'll be worthwhile, I think. So yeah, Khan's Heart, or Chalinet, Khan's Shadow, but Khan's Heart. Probably just stop off at either of those, and then to Shepherd Isles, Abbey Rock, Adam's Way, Varkas. And then we'll do the whole loop again, I guess. We'll head up here, scan for Hideaway. Oh, right, we needed to stop at Khan's Heart anyway, because we need that Foxfire Candle for the Wreck of the Nocturne here for Savior's Rocks. Perfect. So we needed to do that anyway. So, yeah, we just head this way to get to Khan's Shadow. Could, I suppose, stop at the port report in Nuncio. That's not too far out of the way. Oh, and there's another rat ship here, stuck in that vortex. He's doing his best to escape. He was there the last time we crossed this path, actually, funnily enough. But it doesn't look like he ever managed to escape. He's right on the edge of it. Is he going to get out? Oh, nope. He decided to turn back in. So we're at Nuncio. We'll go grab the port report. Lovely. Suppose we could explore along the beach. There's nothing for purchase or sale here that interests us all that much. There's another cat. Every time we rescue the cat. Every time we rescue the cat, it always scratches us. We always gain some terror. We gain 5 terror, 5 or 10 terror. Do we do it? I'll do it. I'll do it. I probably shouldn't, but yeah, go scratch me up. That left cheek, that's really taken a beating. This is the 3rd cat we've rescued. Has gone and scratched our face up. It's a kitty. Yes, it is a kitty, but it's a wet, scratchy kitty. It always makes us afraid. We always know what's going to happen too, but the rat barge. Well, good luck. Good luck finding me, dude. You're having enough problems with your vortex there. Maybe it's a random chance, like it's a low chance of something good happening. Maybe, but whatever it is, it's not a very high chance because we have not had that happen to us properly ever. It's always been bad to us. We get our Khanate sounds here. Oh, we need to head up a little north for Khan's Shadow. There it is. So we'll go dock here. We'll grab some stories and whatnot. Moral victory isn't always the least terrifying one. I mean, I guess. We'll go grab the port report. What else can we do? Gain watchful curios. I don't think that's a very good trade. Because it'll take up space in our inventory and our hold. And watchful curios aren't in and of themselves very good. I forget what we got for the awakened curio, but I don't think it was very much. I don't think it was notably notably gaining us any echo, or not enough for me to consider it a worthwhile trade for our hunting trophy, which are pretty rare. So I think we'll ignore that trade. Do we need to buy or sell anything here? Could do Stygian ivory. Could do crates of human souls. Or we could do another empty mirror catch box. Probably not. We'll call that good for our stop in Con Shadow. We'll just go and head to the Chelinet, which is a little bit north of us. So we'll go around the right side, or the northern side of Con Shadow to get there. Huh? Who's seen us? Oh, a Connate ship. They are a fair bit slower than we are, and I think that movement indicates they've probably lost us a little bit. Nope, I am totally wrong. They're about to fire on us. Are we out of range? Now they lost us. The War Trimaran. Yep, we're good. It's cool how Con Shadow is made up of ships. Yeah, that's a pretty nice one. Oh, another horror below. Let's go grab it. It's our strange catch now, boys. And we'll go and infuse it with mushroom stuff, assuming we pick up some firkins of prisoner's honey somewhere. But we'll go sell off all these lovely, lovely caskets of sapphires. Making a hefty profit on this trip. That we really are. All due to good planning. We will pick up as much Stygian ivory as possible, and then we'll go to Polythreme to sell that off to make a bit of profit. And then to Dahoot. Yes, Dahoot. Let's see, where's that? Dahoot. Shepherd Isles. Abbey Rock. Adam's Way. And maybe we can stop off somewhere here in between, just for port reports. Maybe Station 3. Yeah, no. We should be good. We should be good. We have to... Wait, hold up. Did we buy that Stygian ivory? We did not. Okay. I want to leave room for... So this much Stygian ivory. Actually, no, we'll be selling it all before we go to Dahoot. So we'll just fill up on it. Perfect. So we've got, let's see, Polythreme. Pretty far down here. Past Aestival, actually. Maybe we should have bought that mirror catch box, but then we'd have to make another route to it, so it would be a little bit more inconvenient. We'll just go and sail there pretty peaceably and quietly. We are sailing through very empty seas right now. Yeah, real empty indeed. Yep, there we go. Polythreme's flavor text has popped up. And so has the island. So we'll go and offload our cash here, our Stygian ivory, which will gain us 3 echo profit apiece. I think we had like 10, so it's not a ton, but it is a profit for sailing down this route, which we were going to anyway. Nothing else to do here. Yeah. We'll just sell that all off. Make a fair bit off of it, too. We'll go this way around to Dahoot. We're finally doing pretty well on it. Finally making some profit. We've got a ship lined up for us in the very near future. And we should remember we will have to submerge rather early. As soon as I see a face. There's one. Ooh, terror's at 54. Okay, maybe submerging early was a bad idea. No chittering. Lots of screaming, though. Surely we can sail over these faces, right? Yeah, we're good. So we'll go buy up our fuel and supply. Let's see, fuel first. That'll be plenty. You know, since we're predicting having a lot of zailors join our crew, and this is cheap, but not as cheap as Port Carnelian. No, we'll stick with that. We'll fill up on fuel. Now we'll be good. We'll go and surface as soon as we get out of here. And head for the Shepherd Isles. One thing that I'm actually concerned about is once we get that bigger ship, if it does fill up our crew, I think that crew was like 30? It was a lot of crew members. And that'll be a lot of food that we go through in that event. So we have to go to Shepherd Isles, which is about that way. We can take on this ship here on the way, too. Of unfinished pirates. I'm getting much more comfortable with fighting ships. Sea beasts, I would not be interested in fighting. The ships, though, we've kind of got the handle on. We just have to stay kind of at their rear here where they can't target us. And for the most part, we can circle faster than they can. Wow, really? I didn't kill him? There we go. Anything here? Memory of distant shores. Page from a journal. On the day we saw the pillars of Irem, they are not what I expected. Irem is the place one does not expect. That is its nature. You've seen it in your dreams. Yes, you, who found this page long after my death. I knew when I wrote these words that you would read them one day. Irem taught me this, and now Irem's lesson is all that remains of me. Interesting. We'll go and keep heading on down this way. I think we'll pass by just north of the island of Scrimshander, so we can clear out that black square by it. We could visit Scrimshander in the first place, but kind of don't need to. I'd rather keep these hunting trophies, if they're not going to take up any space, as just something I can use up in later events. Now we may start to come into contact with bound sharks here. That and moray eels. Those we will avoid, because boy howdy do the sea beasts, Z-beasts scare the Jesus out of me. I don't know how to deal with them effectively. We can't really back away from them fast enough to actually do anything properly with them. Like, it's just... Oh, yep, there's one. The fog. We can't back away enough to keep them in our sights, and their dash attacks are usually just too much for us to deal with. Okay, I think that moray is out of sight, though. And we are coming up upon the Shepherd Isles. Yep, there it is. Ah, shoot. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to go to the Khanate. Totally forgot that. So we will have to go to the Khanate to go grab those romantic literature before we head up to Fallen London, which unfortunately means we won't be able to get Foxfire Candles, which unfortunately means we won't be able to explore the Neck of the Nocturne over in Savior's something. Will I listen to my dreams? What? I'm just going to ignore that for now. Not sure what that is. I'm pretty sure that was something at sea. We'll go compile a port report, and we will go get a long box. Yep. We're taking coffins off of some, like, well-to-do family, London family graveyard. Can we do that multiple times? No, that actually uses our something awaits us, which is fine. Oh, I should do that here, though. Go. Chop that up. And now we've got enough clattery souvenirs here to consider ourselves set. We're good. We can go talk to her about her father, but we'll do that once we get closer to Adam's Way. So we got an uneven ball of silvery metal in the wrong shape for a spent bullet. You know what? This is exactly the same metal that the folks over at Station 3 were getting out. It's exactly the same thing they were extracting. Interesting. Okay. Cool. Well, we've got her stuff done. I believe somebody said that we had to talk to her about her father before we did the ship thing. So that we'll do that once we hit Adam's Way before we actually go in. And here we will go check in on Abbey Rock. And you know what? We might give up our recent news just to talk to him. Because we do have that Mount Palmerston port report, if I'm not mistaken. The Iron Republic. Mount Palmerston, yes. So we can still get into Adam's Way with that port report. We'll go grab the port report from here. And give them some recent news. Oh, we can give them a hunting trophy to reduce some terror. Let's do this first. Let's offer a gift. The sisterhood respects two things: unswerving decades of fidelity to a wholly secret purpose, and the ability to shoot straight. Perhaps you can demonstrate the second. Yes, we can. Let's reduce some of our terror here. A narrow hospitality. The muscular prioress inspects your trophy. I'll put it with the others, she says. Her tone suggests grudging respect. You and no more than 3 zailors are invited to dine with them that evening. And you do, on black laver bread and overcooked cavern trout, among fierce women with spiked rosaries. One of them hacks up her trout with an axe. There are dinner knives, miss. But at the end of the evening, when the plates are cleared away, the room goes quiet. A tall nun with a startling strabismus sings in a rich, deep voice like a stolen sunset about the hills of her homeland far above. Firelight flickers on the faces of your crew. Okay, so we removed our hunger. We lost 10 terror. We gained a memory of distant shore. And we gained Stone's attention. Interesting. Let's go deliver our news. Oh, that'll reduce some terror as well. Perfect. Brief attention. The muscular prioress, the abbess's lieutenant, comes to the door to listen. She nods, makes notes, pays particular attention to news of the marsh beast's predations and the traffic of the rooftops. In return, she offers a rather perfunctory blessing, but the blessing reassures your crew. Perfunctory. There's that word again. Oh, and that is just about that. And we could trade our supplies if we so desired. But I think we will not. Let's go and set off this way, not into the fog. We'll set off. Well, no. We'll have to set off into the fog to make the most direct route to Adam's Way, unfortunately. We could stop off at Station 3. Whoops. Station 3. Our hold has space in case she wants us to do something. There's also something ahead of us. Oh, it's just a crab. Uh-oh. Right. Back. Crab's got the advantage. Crab doesn't have to line up his shots. Go dissect it. For some of that, because our food is pretty high. And because we're in that fog bank, we'll just turn our lights off here. And we'll go stop off at Station 3. See what the lady there has to tell us. So, we can now go in. Hold on a minute. Oh. Okay. The lady here is not actually present. Usually there's another thing here that we can interact with. Maybe it's because we don't have something awaits us. That's probably why. Okay. That's fine. So let's go and set off to here. Maybe we'll collect a port report from Visage as well. And actually, once we have this new ship, assuming we actually get it, we'll actually be able to deliver all the port reports and carry all the fuel it gives. And we'll probably need it too, considering bigger ships I'm pretty sure will require more fuel. I'm not sure if the engine that we have is going to stay the same cost. If we'll be slower, or if we will, be... if we'll be taking up more fuel with just the bigger ship at all. Not sure. Let's go dock at Visage. We'll grab a port report. Lovely. And we still don't have our something awaits us, amazingly. So let's go down to... We'll skip the Isle of Cats. We don't want to make that delivery at the moment. We will go to Adam's Way, which should be pretty much straight south. Hopefully we won't run into this dust storm that's brewing up on our southwest over here. So I wonder what that Dawn Machine, the Dawn Machine event is. I wonder if something will have changed over in the Grand Geode, or over in Fallen London, even. Whoa, what is that? A jellyfish. A proper one, okay. Huh. Well, lucky enough, he has not seen us. There's also a dreadnought to our right, though. Okay. I think if we head closer to the jellyfish, we'll have a better chance. Okay. Okay. We're good. The dreadnought was very concerning, but we managed to make it all the way to Adam's Way. We will now turn in our port report. Get in here. Yep, our port report of Mount Palmerston. Oh, hold up. We should talk to the Clattery Heir about her father here. So we've got the 7 Clattery souvenirs. Let's go tell her the truth about meeting her father. We've got some hefty irons. Yeah, we've been... most of our officers give us some iron, and we started off with a fair bit as well. So we've got 6 plus 8, that is 14, plus... Oh, maybe not. Maybe we've just been picking up. So we're getting 14 on top of what we have. We started off with a soldier background anyway, so we did start off with a fair bit. But let's go talk to her about her father. She should know the truth. Skeptical expression. Did he offer proof? Did he look familiar? Did he know secrets about her mother that no one else could have known? Did you even see his face under all those bandages? Did you even hear his real voice? He could have been anyone. He could have been looking for the Clattery Heir's inheritance and using you to find out more. And she avoids you for a day or two, which is not easy at sea. We're actually in harbor, so, wait. Clattery souvenir quality gives you an 80% chance of success. Somebody lied to me. Somebody lied to me entirely here. 80% chance of success. We have 7 Clattery souvenirs. We do. That part I am sure of. I don't know where that would be shown off. So there's 4 treatments, but that is not the equivalent of souvenirs. No, I am not seeing any souvenirs here. Objectives. I'm not seeing any souvenirs whatsoever. Clattery souvenirs 7. A souvenir of one of the Clattery Heir's amputations. Don't do it unless it's 100% maybe the wiki is wrong. Yeah, I don't want to have the possibility of losing her, because I think that would also get rid of the ability for us to get the ship, presumably. I would assume that would be the case there. We also don't have anybody in London that requires our services, do we? No way. We've been there so many times. Maybe that was the past. Anyway, we'll just go here and deliver that fellow that we picked up. The Thief of Faces, I can't remember what else they are called. But we will give them a tale of hell to be let in. Presbyteriat has never explained its interest in devils. They are keen to hear what you learned in Mount Palmerston. A new day. In exchange of glances, your ship is waved on towards the long stone jetty. The day has just begun. In the town square, a yellow-robed priestess plants a seed in the bed of black soil. No sooner is she patted down the soil than a tiny shoot pokes forth. By mid-morning, it will be a sapling. By lunchtime, a budding tree. By evening's end, it will wither and fall. You must be back on your ship before then. Okay. Do we even ask about this? I don't know. I do not know. Yeah. Is yes for something previous, or is yeah for asking about the Clattery heart? I think I'll deliver the snuffer first. Let's deliver the snuffer to the avuncular broker. You have contained the creature in a barrel. You order it rolled to the broker's door. A job well done. Excellent. Roll it on in, my friend. I owe you another lunch, I think. But first, your payment. He hands you a large cream envelope. Inside it is a chart. Its folds stiff with Z salt. The corner is stamped with the seal of the Empress herself. It is labeled First Voyage of the Galatea, 1867. Shows a tenuous roving course across the Untersee. As you leave, the avuncular broker is keen to keep in touch. Perhaps I will have another commission for you after a conversation with our mutual friend. Who is our mutual friend? I have no idea. Yeah, I've got no clue. He pats the top of the barrel. The thing inside kicks. Okay, so we've gained one extraordinary implication, now a new total of 4. We've got a revelatory chart, apparently, and we've used up one of our days for it. So we have a second commission here that we could grab. I think we'll go try to catch a nut that falls from the tree of a single day. So we'll try that. This is the only time I'm pretty sure that we can get it. But we did not. We unfortunately got a lamentable relic. Fortunately, we can actually use that lamentable relic and take it to Codex? Wither? I think it's Wither. To go and trade that for a set of 3 unread logs. Codex. Okay, Codex. To trade that for a set of 3 unread logs, which we need for at least 1 for the tobacconist. So that'll be good. We'll be able to finish that up. Now that we've done that, though, apparently we can do that again. Shall we go to the Animescience Hospital? No, let's talk to the avuncular broker first. Let's talk about his second commission. His invitation is urgent. A complication. This time he meets you in a private room. A lady in a neat buttoned suit sits beside him, flicking through an English phrasebook. She seems quietly pleased. Sit, the broker urges. His avuncularity is diminished. The snuffer you caught was extremely surprised by its interrogation. It was under the impression that it was working for us. One of our London diplomats has decided that the expedience of using snuffers outweighs the prohibition on associating with them. He is incorrect. Interesting. He introduces his associate, a hands-on diplomat. I'd like you to see her safely to the Presbyterian Embassy in London. She will explain her colleague's error to him and replace him in his position. Thereupon, she will pay you. The payment is generous. It covers your discretion as well as your service. Okay. So, I suppose I should have crossed this off beforehand. We have delivered the Thief of Faces from Port Carnelian, the avuncular broker. That's that all finished up. Let's see here. Presbyterian Adventurous. We finished that off last time. We just completely forgot to cross it out. And we have gone for the Admiralty to the Swallowing Isles. We still need 2 live specimens for the sigil-ridden navigator. And to that we can add bringing this hands-on diplomat. Let's see, for the avuncular broker. Deliver hands-on diplomat to Fallen London. Cool. Well, we have that quest. That should be pretty easy. We're heading to Fallen London anyway. And last but not least, we won't attend the funeral feast again. They're just going to eat another person for some reason. I think we'll assist at the Animescience Hospital since we now have a surefire cure for our brisk campaigner, whatever her new title is. That stands apart from the port on the lonely seaside bluff. Ask the brisk campaigner to educate the monks. She has a unique perspective on the disease, being, as far as you know, the only person to survive it. So she has recovered. 2 lectures. My cure is not one that can or should be replicated, but in the course of pursuing it, I learned a great deal about my condition. The monks listen avidly. Afterwards, they express their appreciation with a sack of sliding black beans. The abbey's coffee is highly regarded for its robust, aromatic flavor. The prior is happy to tell you their secret. We feed the beans to a certain breed of sloth in the valley. The juices of their digestive tract dissolve the less ripe beans while applying a distinct nutty character to the surviving superior beans. Then, once the bean has completed its passage through the sloth, Okay. We got another stack of dark drop coffee beans. We've got another tale of terror. We gained some fragments, and we are out of time. So let's go and head out here to return to our ship. The day is over. Time to return to our ship. The gracious comb the streets, ushering visitors politely back to the docks. So, we'll not sell our shrine to stone. Ooh, we can get a foxfire candle here, though, at a similar price to what we would pay in Khan's Glory, which is going to be perfect. Let's go and do that. So let's turn that in, or purchase one of those. Do we need to buy fuel or supplies? Maybe one supply, perhaps the rest in fuel. Because the path that I'm now considering taking is over to Varkas, then up along the side here, stopping off at the wreck of the Nocturne to Khan's Glory. And then we will return to Fallen London. So I think we will purchase up fuel and supplies. We'll buy a single... No. 2 supplies, and the rest is fuel. And we will go set off to Varkas here. Now, I think one of the reasons that we may not, despite having 7... despite having 7 of the clattery artifacts or whatever it was. Oh, come on, leave me alone. I think that the reason that we didn't get the buff, the bonus of it, the 100%, is because we actually did a duplicate. We did 2 long boxes instead of having everything being unique. So that I don't think we got the actual bonus from that. We just got the... what is it? We got the clattery souvenir. We did not get the bonus from having 7 distinct clattery souvenirs. So we'll go and sail to Varkas, and then we'll, on the next voyage probably, we'll try to pick up another Blemigan and let her experiment on that, because that is one that we have not yet done. I think. Pretty sure. We've done the white Molliflower. We've done a whole bunch of other things. The Prisoner we have not yet done. And the Blemigan I do not think we have done. And so we might bring 2 firkins of Prisoner's Honey, just in case that first one fails. But we have now made it over to Varkas. Just says this on the wiki for the check. Clattery Souvenir Challenge 7 for 100%. Okay. Yeah, it could just be that they changed it. Wiki might not have caught up. They just don't want you to have a perfect chance of getting that working, but yeah, we'll try to get it to 100% before we actually go for it. So returning to Varkas. Walled city of Varkas is a tangle of green vines and luminescent fungal flowers, slow blooming around moldering stone. The quincunx of carved stepped towers rise over the city and pour burning white light into the bleak sky. So this is the location of mirrors here. Maybe they upped it to 9 or something. Could be. Very much could be. We'll go compile a port report. Probably nothing has changed. Who knows? And then we will go and walk in the light of me here with the very kind guard. Now, we talked to the fungus carter last time. She didn't want anything to do with us. I think she was actually ill in some way. Let's go talk to the white-cloaked guard here. Suns embroidered on his cloak are picked out with gold thread, and the edge is jeweled with carnelian. Tomas, he presses his hands together in greeting, then gives you an anguished look. You look terrible. Are you sick with a terrible outsider's disease, or is this what your nose naturally looks like? Hey, come on. Over your protestations, he gives you directions to the hospital. All the medics are all butchers, to be sure, but they walk in the light of Mihir, he adds breezily, and then points out the guardhouse in the vague direction of the Temple of Mihir and a street of bars and gaming houses. We don't want to get a reputation for being inhospitable. He laughs as if he has made a grand joke, and you laugh along weakly. Okay, well, let's go through. Now, we only have a limited amount of time. We've also got 4 things there. What we need for the pilgrimage is just, we've got the nurse's approval, we've got the respect of the guard, we need the Agnahotri's interest, and the jewel-turbaned youth invitation of 2. So we'll go start with the temple, because that'll be where we can get the Agnahotri's interest. So we can listen to the mantras. We could go interpret the bas-reliefs. We could dream of smoke. We've been informed not to dream. We've been suggested of that by the guard at the entrance the very first time we were here. And lastly, we can go talk to the Agnihotri. We've only got a 50% chance of that. Let's go listen to the mantras. I think to talk to the Agnihotri, we probably need to increase our knowledge in some way. We probably need to increase our knowledge, and I think this will increase our knowledge by listening to the mantras. And Varkas, the sun still shines, calls the sun priest in a way of an invocation. The assembled temple goers raise their voices in a well-worn reply. In Varkas, the sun still shines. The sun priest pitches her voice so it echoes off the fire-warmed stones of the temple and reverberates throughout the tower. Mihir looked away from us, and Varkas fell, she intones. Now we light our city like a beacon so Mihir may find us once more. Oh, so we lost a bit of terror and gain a memory of distant shores for that. So does that increase our chances? No. Not even a little bit. Okay, so maybe it's not information. Maybe it's just a... oh, it's a Veils challenge. I see. So we'll just have to do that. We'll just have to rely on that. Let's go talk to the Agnihotri, the Varkazi equivalent of a king or governor. He is overseeing the rituals and gives you a slanted glance. You go to pay your respects, but he has pains to impress upon you that he is no despot or tyrant prince, but rather rules the Varkas with his council of sunseers and firekeepers. What do you think of Varkas so far, Tomas? He asks, and you know better to mutter anything but meaningless platitudes in response. He nods as though satisfied as you catch him giving you a sharp, speculative look as you wander around the temple. It seems you have aroused his interest. Yes, we've got his interest, which means the only thing we have to do is talk to that mansion fellow. Perfect. And we gained some veils from that as well. Sweet. So let's go back to the city center. I don't think we'll trade. We'll definitely not trade our lamentable relic here, and we don't want to trade our scintillic either. Go back to the city center and go to the jewel-turbaned youth. I suppose we could also entertain. No, we'll go to the jewel-turbaned youth instead. Do we want to invent a tale? Tell a wanderer's tale? They didn't want to hear about us. They wanted to hear lies. You know, let's give it the full send here. It may not work for us, but if it doesn't, whatever. Let's tell a wanderer's tale full of Z salt and darkness and the creaking of ships. Your story sucks the light away from the room and tumbles into bleakness. Your voice rises and falls like the lap of waves against an iron hull. When you return to yourself, the Varkazi are weeping into each other's arms. The novice priest presses his forehead to the ground and prays desperately for Mihir to forgive him. The jewel-turbaned youth embraces you tightly, and you could feel the pounding of his heart against your own. Your story was like being touched by darkness, he whispers in fascinated revulsion. It has made me apostate. I will no longer walk in Mihir's light. You suggest that perhaps it was just a Z story, but he only shakes his head and sobs harder. Oh, my bad. My bad, kid. I didn't want to freak you and your friends out. I was just telling a story of the time I sailed by the Abbey, and I watched a crewmate fight something from the sky. My bad. Well, we gained 7 secrets. Sweet. Awesome. That's great. We gained a tale of terror. Unfortunately, we gained a little bit of a terror ourselves, so that kind of negates the fact that we lost some by listening to the mantras. Okay. Cool. But we've got our invitation up to 2, so that should be every requirement to make a pilgrimage to our Amaradri. I guess we do that. We are a Tomas? Yeah, a Tomas. But maybe this will fix that. Maybe this will change that in some way. Let's begin the pilgrimage. The Agnihotri seeks wisdom. The sick are ready to begin a long journey. The young and restless have made their plans. The swords of the guard have been renewed. The pilgrimage is ready to begin. It's hard not to be carried along by the excitement and anticipation of the Varkazi. And our knells of the towers quality has gone. It seems as though half the city has joined the pilgrimage to the Mountain of Light. The other half lines the streets and hangs out from upper-story windows to watch their friends and loved ones depart. Musicians play stirring tunes on polished brass instruments and little calabash lyres, all undercut with the rhythmic sound of drums. A towering machine piled high with fungus is wheeled to the front of the procession. The drivers sit in a lamp-lit cabin at the front, their faces grim. The Agnihotri raises his hand, and a hush falls over all of Varkas. The mirrored gates slide open, rays of light reflecting jaggedly. Outside, the Elder Continent is dark and hushed and vast. You have the dizzying feeling that it is vaster and onyx blacker than the Untersee, somehow, but that cannot be. Wish us luck, Tomas. The Agnihotri is next to you at the very front of the procession. His aging face suddenly looks suddenly youthful and taut. His eyes glimmer with purpose. You can only nod weakly. You're kidding. We don't get to go through? What? Come on. Come on. Okay, well, let's go. Let's see what happens. We'll just wave them goodbye. Goodbye. The Agnihotri laughs wildly, then shouts a command, and the machine rumbles out of the city gates. It lays down 2 thick rows of fungus to either side of it. The lamplighters dart to the very edge of darkness and light the fungus with their torches. It blazes up, illuminating the path inland in brilliant white, rot-scented light. The people of Varkas cheer so loudly you think your eardrums will burst. The pilgrims stream slowly out of the city in a glimmering procession, leaving it half empty behind them. We've gained 7 memories of distant shores and a secret. That's it? What? Come on. Okay, the half-empty city. The atmosphere in Varkas is deflated, melancholy after the pilgrims depart. It's time to leave. You know when to leave. Besides, your crew is probably growing restless. The guard gives you a quick grin as she opens the mirrored gates for you, makes a mark in her ledger as you step out of the circle of light. The familiar shadowy bleakness of the Neath is comforting against your skin. Your ship awaits. What? Really? That's all? Okay, maybe the next time we come back to Varkas, maybe something will be better there. Wow, I can't believe that was it. I can't believe that was a payoff. I thought I'd get some deep, unknowable secret or something. Aw, man. Oh, well. Well, wait, a sign? Hold up. That... Oh, I see. You probably assign it to the slot, right? Yeah. So if I wanted to increase our hearts, which I don't, I want to increase our veils, because I think we need that to get higher. We could just use all of those secrets we just gained to increase our veils through somebody. I actually don't know if we can increase our veils. Mirrors. Veils. So if we wanted to increase our veils, we could do that. We have 24 secrets. Increasing it to 50 might give us a bump on a few things. I don't know. It doesn't cost anything else here, so... You know, we just gained a whole lot of secrets. We can go and use them up. We can go and spend a little bit of it. I want to increase it at least up to 50. So let's do that. She'll tell you her secrets if you tell her yours. Complex knowledge. She's serious when she gets talking. There's hard edges under the bluff and banter. So we'll just do that a few times. And we are now at 50 veils. So hopefully that'll give us some benefit on any checks here. So let's go and set off then. We're done with that. We'll stop off at King Eater's Castle. Maybe we'll head north and head across so we can clear out some of this black stuff, the black portions of the map. And then we'll hug the eastern side of the map, see if we can find Hideaway on the way up. And we'll have to stop off on the wreck of the Nocturne too. So let's go do that. We've got plenty of fuel, plenty of supplies. We should be good to travel for quite a while here. Ooh, those are... What are those? Milliner bats. Interesting. They've got a lot of health, so I won't mess with them. Jack-a-dandy stack. Yeah, this is the location we've already been. Let's head east to King Eater's Castle. Or no, yeah, King Eater's Castle. Fathom King's Hold is the other king place that I keep getting confused with it. Okay, and you can actually see the sea start turning gentle shades of light as we approach this location. King Eater's Castle has a large area of effect here. Oh no. Ooh, another prisoner. Yeah, we're going to capture her alive here. As much as we can. So, the Zailor has gone mad. Let's go capture her alive. Perhaps you can confine her until the madness passes. We've failed. We've lost 5. Ooh, this is actually kind of bad. Okay, we're going to try one more try. There we go. We got a prisoner. We lost 2 crew. We're only able to sail at half speed now, though. Shoot. Shoot, that's really bad. That's actually terrible. We are in one of the worst locations here to pick up crew. The closest location to pick up crew for sure would be the Khanate. Maybe... Oh, man. Oh, man, that sucks. Okay, I got too complacent. Well, at the very least, we can now use this prisoner to gain another, oh, shoot. Yeah, I really don't know. Okay, let's just sail into King Eater's Castle. We're gonna gain another Clattery souvenir. Yeah, that's what we'll let her operate on this prisoner here. But I don't know if that'll give us the prisoner back. Or if it'll kill the prisoner. I don't know what's up. We'll do that as soon as we get into King Eater's Castle here. Maybe we'll be able to pick up somebody in King Eater's Castle. I can't remember who was here last time. But if we have to travel at half speed this whole time, we're going to eat through our fuel supplies. Oh, no! Oh, no, 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 no. That would be terrible. Okay. It didn't detect us. We're good. Whew! A dreadnought of that size would have absolutely clobbered us, especially at the speed that we're traveling at now. Yeah, we would have been absolutely destroyed. Okay. We are almost to King Eater's Castle, though. Can we make it in without anything bad happening? How's our Terror doing? Terror's at 61. I didn't expect to have that event pop up there. Can you show the map on screen really quick? Yeah, so we've got Savior's Rocks, the Melting Isles, The Utter Shroom, Vargas Adams Way, Rosegate, and the Isle of Cats all by us. None of them, as far as I know, have... And the Empire of Hands. None of them, though, have crew member acquisition points. We'll see here if the Clatterier can fix our prisoner here. It's just a matter of luck. So let's give the Clatterier a prisoner to cut open. This prisoner seeks revenge. I can make them stop wanting that. This may lose a prisoner and may create a souvenir. So we'll just have to be lucky on this. Okay, we were lucky. Apparently that does still lose our crewmate, but it does give us the souvenir. Better off. The Clatterier emerges from her surgery in a curiously light mood. The body is wrapped in linen for disposal. This is happier than living would have been. She holds up a sort of tumor floating in yellow liquid, its tendrils extending in various directions. The prisoner would have died in a month or two. The difference is I took out the pain. Can you zoom out? You can do a quick screenshot. Oh, and I think you were actually right. I think they might have upped it to 9, because we now have a 90% chance of success. So maybe giving her a Mollyflower or something would do it for sure. I will, yeah, I'll go zoom out. Here's a picture of the map. Here's what's near us and everything. But there's a lot of locations in between us and anything that I would for sure think a prisoner would, or a crew member would be at. So we can drop fuel and supplies to reduce our terror. Offer all of our Z stories. We have 10 though. What about the Melting Isles? Does the Melting Isles have a crew member? I'm not entirely sure. I'll totally go over there if it gives us an option. But we'll just have to go there kind of slowly. It is a fair ways away. We were planning on hugging this side of it, but I suppose we can still do that if we do manage to pick up a crew member there. We'll, I don't think we'll do anything here. We're not going to eat our crew. We're not going to lose our mind. Wait, I'm so confused. So you need to lose your mind, but you need to be sane to lose your mind. Very strange. Very strange indeed. I'd say just stop around in places that seem like they would have stray people. I think that will be our better option too. So that is an event if you don't have full crew. Okay, well that's good to know. We have to get past this dreadnought first, though. We are moving oh so slow. Like, entirely too slow. We can't let him see us at all. Because I think even if we burn engines, we only travel at pace. Okay. Is he going to go straight? Is he going to turn around? I think he's turning around. Yeah, that is the speed at which we burn engine. Oh, he saw us. All right. No, he doesn't know where we are. If he turns in this direction, he will absolutely know where we are, though. Yep, there he goes. This is our max speed. He is firing off shots as much as possible. Are we out of his range? Has he lost track of us? I think we're good. Okay. So we at least made it out of there. We're going to turn our lights back on so we don't get too much terror accumulated. Terror at 67 right now. The Melting Isles is just about in this direction. We do have a bunch of things, a bunch of empty space between us, though, that we don't know. No islands there. Fortunately or unfortunately. Okay. God, we are traveling so slow, and we're still burning fuel at exactly the same rate. Send off a bat, see if it sees anything around us here. Is that a dust storm approaching from our east? If we get stuck in a dust storm, it cuts your speed in half, so you only get 1 speed. If we're at 1 speed, can we not move at all? That would blow. Whew. Oh, another ship. We could try to blow them to smithereens, but they've only got 90 health, but we can't maneuver nearly as well as they can anymore. Without the ability to travel at full speed, we are really quite screwed. But we are going to make it over to Mangrove College with a lot of terror in the meantime. Okay. Careful of the bandits event. I mean, I'll try. I really got no clue as to how we're gonna get this done. At least we made it to a port. No shop. Ah, they want a passenger. Interesting. So we can go into the Wisp ways. Well, let's go compile a port report. That's probably the safest option. Passenger isn't clue. Yeah. Eat, drink, and be merry. Gather supplies. We're good on supplies, especially with as few crew as we have. Don't gather supplies at all? Okay, so that I assume that'll have the possibility of leading us to ruin, which I will not. We'll not go grab solace fruit. We don't need... Oh no, we could actually trade some memories of distant shores since we are at 23 for some secrets. I think that's a better trade. Yeah, let's go convert one of those to secrets. Could go beach combing. Might we have... You can lose crew if you gather supplies, I see. If we go beach combing, I wonder if we observe some driftwood, if we will find a person attached. I suppose we might as well pick up a checkered character who wants to go to Port Cecil. Easily enough done. Oh, and he's checkered because the Port Cecil is the chess place. Haha. He wants to go to Cecil. I guess we go beachcombing. I think that's probably the best option here on grabbing some some zailors. So let's go take a look at the driftwood, I guess. Smooth, dark surface. A hoard carving. Lovely. Someone shaped this into a devil's mask, then threw it in the Z. Well, when you look at it, it's easy to see why. Brr. Whoops. That's our adventure at the Melting Isles. I think we probably just try to sail back. Fathom King's Hold, we could get a sailor. We could get a sailor over there if we were to trade a Scintilic. I think. It's an expensive place to get one, but it would be a possibility. Sea of Lilies, we could try to break a prisoner out, but honestly, that costs a lot of money and is a check anyway. We only get to do it once, so I think that's probably not the way to go. Apparently they don't join your crew also. Okay, so that would, yeah, that would not be a good option. And you just lose crew. Right, because you'd lose crew breaking them out in the first place. Well, shoot. I don't know where to go. I do not know how to get back here most efficiently. I think we'll just try to sail for it. It's going to take a lot of time and a lot of, yeah, a lot of time and a lot of fuel. But we'll just have to go for it. We'll stop off in certain locations. Maybe we can pick one up in the Isle of Cats. Well, I think we'll take a route here. Just hit up as many ports as we can. Rosegate, then the Isle of Cats. Not Aigle, because Aigle's underwater. We can't get away from the Constant Companion if it does show up there. We're not going to go anywhere underwater. That includes Rosegate, I guess. So just Isle of Cats, Visage, maybe Fathom King's Hold, maybe Station 3. Yeah, in fact, I think I'll take it to Station 3 here. We've got to make sure that our terror doesn't get too high on the way, because we will be sailing at a slow, slow speed. And we'll have to keep our lights on to prevent that from happening, which will burn up fuel. My goodness. What a terrible twist of fate. Yep, Stamford's Expanse. Named for one who lost his child to cats. So that must be the Isle of Cats then. Okay, since we're here... Well, actually, no, we'll want our terror to go down. So we will go and keep our lights on. I do believe if we lose all our crew members, we do officially die. That is our death point. So we don't want that to happen. We should have been sailing south to the Isle of Cats. We should have been going a little more directly since we wouldn't have been able to go to Rosegate anyway. Maybe we go to Visage. Oh, maybe not. Considering there's a ship stuck there. Yeah, maybe not. Well... No, we won't risk Visage. If that ship does fire on us, we're screwed. We are dead and done for. Where's the Isle of Cats? We're already past it, but... It sucks, too, because if we were able to buy a Zailor at any port, we have plenty of cash to do that with. We've got tons and tons of cash. It's just that we won't necessarily be able to. Fathom King's Hold is a guarantee, right? Yes, we would have to spend a exceptionally... we'd have to... Let's see. I think purchase him with a Scintillic. But it is a sure thing, and that would use up our only Scintillic that we've got. Let's see if we can recruit someone. Meeting with the King's Claw. So evidently... Oh, interesting. So we can actually talk to both contacts here. Will saving the folks from Rack help us out in any way? I wonder. Let's talk to, ooh, crap. Let's talk to the King's Claw here. Keeps us sweet in the maze of corridors above the brothel. We don't have Isery's patronage, so maybe we can play both sides of this, and maybe this will get us something. An offer of patronage. The King's Claw tells you to call them Isery. They are dressed in azure silk and wear clawed rings of enameled metal and ivory on the right, the fingers of their right hand. They are very beautiful. If you like them sharp and glittering and ambiguously gendered. You've caught the interest of the Pirate King, and therefore my interest as well, they say, fitting you with an ambered-eyed gaze. You seem capable enough, and I need a capable friend. Unfortunately, no, we apparently can't play both sides. So we'll just back out of there. I guess we'll save Rack, and maybe they'll give us a sailor to give us a sailor to take home with us. Save us smugglers from Rack. Small crowd of smugglers whisper beneath a garland of roses. She said, a taste of this fish could rouse the parson's passions. We'll make a killing in London. The rest agree to chart a course over Rack. They fall silent as you approach and reach for their knives. You put your hands up. You've just come from those waters, you say, and there's something they ought to know. By the time you've finished speaking, the smugglers have not only put away their knives, they've started reaching for their purses. A bit of good luck is that you caught us, one says. If I ever find the muggins what near sent us to our deaths, I'm going to bash his bloody face in. Fucking teeth in. There we go. 32 echo? Okay. What a strange amount to hand me, but... Alright. Well, that is that. The issue we're going to start running into here is that fuel is a necessity, and we do not have a ton of it. This is an extortionate rate that we're getting it at. But the next best place is Igel, which is underwater. And Fathom King's Hold is a while away. So let's buy... let's buy more fuel than we need. We're getting robbed here, but... That's what we need. That's what we need to get home. I can't believe this is coming out of my mouth, but just let me buy people already, you know? Just give me the opportunity to buy some people and shove them aboard my ship. Can we not indenture some folks? Is that not a capability that we have? There's that Corsair. I guess it finally got off that rock. Ooh, do not sail towards me, sir. I do not have the speed to outrun you. How's our terror doing? Terror's at 78. We're starting to creep higher than we wanted. Fathom King's Hold is just ahead. Oh, there's a Lorn Fluke, though, somewhere near here. Oh, dear. Oh, dear, oh, dear, oh, dear. Okay, if we make it to Fathom King's Hold, I am going to spend my one remaining Scintilic to go and get a person. With 4, we can sail back to London at full speed. And I'm not going to risk the possibility of our captain getting ended because of one unfortunate crewmate. Oh, we're heading too far north too early. Need to keep heading west here. I believe the Lorn Fluke tends to kind of go around the southern side of Fathom King's Hold, though, so this probably keeps us a little safer from him. We are sailing oh so slowly, but we are almost to Fathom King's Hold. Oh, so slowly. Come on, we can make it. Terror 82. Events going poorly. Okay. We've docked. We're there. Alright. Now... Drownings can apparently repair a ship. Oh, for a live specimen, though. Yeah, no, I don't know about that one. So, let's go grab an audience with the king for this. Yeah, so, for a Centillic, we can gain a crew. So... I've come to plead for a Zailor's life. Perhaps it's someone you knew, perhaps you're feeling philanthropic, perhaps you're simply desperate for crew. Definitely that latter one, but we're going to have to pay it anyway. A wall puckers open in a guard, and a thorned exoskeleton brings in a shivering Zailor. Captain, she cries, it was the cold. Go, the Fathom King says languidly. I won't release her twice. And now we've gained some more terror. Love. Oh, no, we've lost terror. Oh, fantastic. Okay, that's even better. Now that they're not executing somebody, I wish to hear the Chelland Envoy's deal. A hunter in sharkskin is haranguing the king. Unpardonable intrusion. Our ancient rights have been impugned. King you may be, but not of the shell slayers. We will pay no more tribute. An abrupt end. The king makes a chopping motion with his hand. A tide of crabs rushes from the shadows of the throne cyst. They're on the hunter before he can turn, but not before he can scream. The king watches in satisfaction as they swarm the hunter, snipping the flesh from his bones. Thorn-armored guards block the chamber door. When it's done, when his cries are long silenced and scarred bones remain, the king motions you forward. Take something, he commands. Let our justice be remembered above. You may go. Okay. Well, we gained another hunting trophy. We just gained that terror back. Yeah, okay. Unfortunate, but hey, at least we can sail at full speed, at full steam. So, and we gained a Tale of Terror for it too. Well, that's that. We'll go and set off for the surface, and we will sail the heck home. Yeah, we're going straight back to Fawnland. We'll stop off at Pigmote Isle. Where are the Shepherd Isles? Shepherd Isles and Rack. Yeah. Let's see. Let's set off here. Yeah, we can go full speed again. Woo! Okay, so we will head to the Shepherd Isles because I want to grab another long box. I want to have the Clattery Air perform another dissection on it because we did go from 80 to 90% of her believing us about her father by getting a prisoner dissected. And I want to see if that holds if we let her dissect another tomb colonist. Maybe they just raised it to 9 for 100% chance. So we are, yeah, on the way to the Shepherd Isles here. We should have our something awaits us by the time we get there. We'll just pass by Abbey Rock. Or maybe we'll turn in a hunting trophy there to get a terror reduction. Yeah, terror is rather high. But we'll at least go to... Let's see. Just north of us. Shepherd Isles. Oh, it's so nice moving at full speed again. I never realized how much I missed it, but we'll go grab, yeah, a Sooth and Cooper long box, and we can't do anything else here. Will we buy fuel? No, we should be able to make it back with what we have at full speed. Let's go and let her experiment here. Got another clattery fragment. Now what it is. Yep, 100% chance. Okay, perfect. Maybe shoot a small crab to reduce terror if one's on your way. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. But it turns out that the check is now actually 9 clattery souvenirs, so we now have a 100% chance of success. We'll go to Adam's way next time, in the next voyage, and we'll go do that. But we're done here, at the very least. And with terror at 83, I think we're probably good to just set sail. Let's stay in the light of this lighthouse. That'll keep our terror going down. Ooh, a jilly flare. Let's set ourselves to battle. Oh, unfortunately in a fog. Uh-oh. Oh. Oh, no. Ow. That was mean. You'll die for it, har. And we'll go scoop it up. To get some more supplies. Perfect. So now, yeah, our terror's at 76. Now we should be pretty much safe to head straight back home. I might actually get rid of some supplies at Rack. I feel kind of bad because they are starving over at Rack, I think. Is it Rack or... Yeah, I think it is Rack. And it's been a while since we've been there. We did just turn those folk away because of the possibility... Well, no. I will not go to Rack. I realize it's underwater, and we have the constant companion to worry about now. Scratch that. Tell you what, Rack, we will go and bring you some supplies when next we set out. We'll go buy an excess of supplies, perhaps. And let you go and feast on those. How do you feel about them apples? We'll probably not bring apples. We'll probably bring, like, some sort of fungus treat. But hey, if you're starving... Mun Island is just ahead of us. We have nothing to gain from going there, so we'll just head a little bit further north to Fallen proper. A fog bank? You're kidding. That fog literally just grew in front of our eyes. What? You know, next we'll learn that, like, fog is actually caused by some eldritch sea beast, probably under the surface. Who knows? But maybe that's the case. Fortunately for us, though, we're just about back. Yeah, Fallen London's just ahead of us here. With a fair bit of fuel and lots of supply, we will return. We've been returning in a 6 supply a lot. We've done that the last couple of times. I do quite always remember. So, interesting. Belch of smoke goes up from the funnel. Okay, we made it back. We did it. Okay, breath of relief. We've got 3 menaces of nightmare strength. My goodness. Oh, the alarming scholar has asked for us to call on them. And everything else there is good. Okay, so we'll go turn in our port reports or our vital intelligences. We'll probably submit one of those to the other fellow, the voracious diplomat. Could give a revelatory chart, probably not. Let's go just submit our port reports instead. Port Cecil. You know, I've never tried to submit it as fact. Suppose we might as well. Got a 30% chance. What could it possibly lose us? We do hear some peculiar tales of that place. You were met with skepticism. Candidly. Not sure why you saw fit to trouble us with this nonsense. Is there anything else? Okay. So we lose out on the payment. Nuncio. Sure. Abbey Rock. All standard. Same with the Command Canal. Utter Shroom. The Iron Republic. Will this raise our Oh, we're at port, so it doesn't really matter. Iron Republic is pretty much standard. How's our hold space doing? We got plenty of space for that. Mangrove College. Yep, just philosophers philosophizing. Polythreme is still being Polythreme. Visage similarly. Port Carnelian. Okay, now how's our hold space doing? 4 more. Let's give us the more common places that we'll go. Adams Way, we're already planning on heading back to. Probably Con Shadow. That also loses some terror, and the Chelinet. And we'll save that last hold space for what might come. But the Alarming Scholar has asked us to talk to her. It. As for what reason... I can only shrug. We have no clue. There's nothing new here except for the live specimen, I suppose. But we want to keep that for other reasons. So there's that. We will submit vital intelligence to the voracious diplomat here. Which will gain us 500 echoes. Fantastic. And we'll save the other one, should we need it for any reason. We could give a move in the great game, I suppose. But I'd rather keep that in case somebody else wants it. Speaking of somebody else, Roser's Wharf. Do you want it? How much will you pay? Might as well check. 75 echoes. That's okay. Drags his thumb over his thick mustache and nods. You breathe against the glass of a display cabinet, and the bespectacled visitor scribbles down the words you trace into the condensation. Candlelight flashes in his dark glasses as he tucks the note into his breast pocket. Understood. Thank you. He sits a heavy purse on the cabinet and leaves without another word. Perfect. So that is all of that. We'll go grab some more recent news, which will gain us some supplies and lose us some terror. We could go make this aquarium. But I'm going to say heck no to that. And instead, I will go and wait until we've got a bigger ship. Yeah, because we've got... Morning, you're at full hold now. Oh, yes, good to know. Yeah, I will go wait until we have a bigger ship before collecting on that to take up the space. At the lodgings, we should probably rest. And in fact, I think we absolutely will. There we go. Oh, we still got menaces, though. That's unfortunate. What could we get rid of? We could get rid of some supply. And in fact, I think there are a few officers that only wanted supply that we have not discussed, not talked to yet. Such as the magician, the genial magician here. which of our officers do we think would be the most interesting? Perhaps the haunted doctor here. Let's see. Let's chat about science over a light dinner of Z trout and bracket gruel. Let's hear about him. He is soft voice, courteous, rarely makes eye contact, but often stares at other people's eyes from afar. Does he miss his eye? No. But let's chat about science here. The nature of nature. Sunlight is, in certain senses, literally, quite literally, law. Without sunlight, the Earth would spin. What? Without sunlight, the Earth would spin off into space. And the absence of sunlight down here means that the absence of a dozen laws. Death operates unreliably, though more reliably on the Z, as you know. Geography is uncertain and shifting, and dreams. He'd grown animated, now he seems distracted. He apologizes and composes himself. It was a particular interest of mine, luminosity, the anatomy of the eye, the many liberations of the night. Excuse me, this gruel is a little too rich for my tastes. We get an intriguing snippet for it. Yeah, just accept the reality. It sort of could make sense. I suppose it could. Interesting, though. Evidently, sunlight is the reason the Earth doesn't spin off into space. I guess, in a manner of speaking, if the sun wasn't there, the Earth would indeed spin off into space. I guess. But that'll at least clear a space in our cargo hold. With that, though, I think we'll end the stream. We're almost an hour over our usual end time. Next time we come back, we should probably go and head to Adam's Way, now that we have a 100% chance of having that ship, having her believe us about her father and having the ship, I believe, get picked up. So we could finally upgrade our ship, finally upgrade off of the starter ship. After that, we will go to probably the Udder Shroom. Go turn some strange catches into live specimens. Or actually, hold up. Do we have a strange catch or do we have a live specimen? We've got a strange catch. So we'll go to the Udder Shroom, turn that into a live specimen with the help of some wine. Or, firkin of prisoners honey. And then we'll go to the Chelonet, turn that back into a bunch of strange catches, then go back to the Udder Shroom, convert one of those, and go to the Chapel of Lights, so we can finally help out our sigil-ridden navigator with his thing, so we don't have to give over some of our crew to get eaten by that poor dude. But yeah, no, that'll be the end of the stream. We'll go figure out other stuff to do at the end of the stream. We're finally making some progress. We've got quite a bit of echo now. We made, I think, like a 2,000 or so profit on our voyage today. So that'll be that. And when we come back, that'll be next Tuesday at 3 PST or thereabouts. So if you're interested in watching me continue this, feel free to join around then. Next time, 5-hour stream? No, God, no. My voice would go so bad. I'm already on the very edges of being able to read logically and speak it at all. Submariner map seems very cluttered. I think it's pretty readable still, especially since you can zoom and get more details. But we'll do all of that next Tuesday. If you're not just interested in Sunless Sea stuff, I will be coming back tomorrow at 3 PST. I'm going to be playing some more Sevtech Ages content. It is a Minecraft mod pack designed for long-term industrialization, that sort of thing So if you're feeling interested, I'll be back playing that 3 PST. I hope to see you one of those 2 times. If not, I hope you get to sail off into the sea and make some fortunes of your own. And maybe do a little crime. Just like, not crime as bad as this, but, you know, just a little bit of crime to make you some profit on the side. But yeah, I will see you guys around in the world. I'm headed off, though. Cheers, everybody.